Show, our special Dr. Raj edition, which is becoming a regular on Saturday night. Can't wait to talk injury with Dr. Raj. We're talking about James Conner, Deshaun Jackson, Patty Mahomes might get in the mix in Week 9. Maybe. We're not sure. We'll talk about it. Thielen, Devontae Adams, Josh Gordon. Let's get to it. Here's the intro.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
We got technical issues. I think what it is with Skype. Whenever I do it with Skype, there's something I got to do something in terms of having all these resources running at once. It's got to be the culprit. It has to be. Skype is just slowing me down. Whenever I've done triple panel Instagram shows too, I've had a lot of issues where things bog down. Little disclaimer, guys, my internet on top of this has been cutting out all weekend, so if it drops, I apologize.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Dr. Raj, for those that don't know him, the man, the myth, the legend that is on IG, and you can see at the top of the screen here I have his IG handle. So if you're on Instagram, follow him, RSF49ers. And if you are a 49er fan at all, or if your team's playing the 49ers, at which point you're Dr. Raj's enemy that week. But if you're interested in watching that 49er game any week, just head on over to his IG channel, hit his live, and rotate, right? And they're watching the game, correct?
Live with me, man. Sometimes I get
him.
a little crazy, so you get to hear the hype. But stream the games for everybody. Easy to watch. I've had a lot of people say, like this week, Halloween. A couple, people are like, oh, man, I had to go take my kids trick or treating, but I was able to watch the game because of you. So, saving lives every week.
Every week. Can you guys hear Dr. Raj okay? Let me know. I believe his audio perfect this time around through Skype, so he should be good to go. But let me know in the comments. We're at about a 10-second delay, Dr. Raj, so sometimes I'll hear about something 10, 15 seconds later. So follow him on IG if you aren't already. So let's get into the topics here. First, talk about James Conner. He's out potentially 2 games now. Let me pull up the news on this, but we're looking at a shoulder injury. Do you know much about? They're kind of quiet on the updating us front. A lot of teams they're being really coy about things lately. But shoulder, he's been dealing with a plethora of injuries, anyways. But what's your take on his availability even 2 weeks from now?
So and you're right. A lot of these teams are kind of being quiet there with these injuries. It's kind of been the new ploy by these teams. I think they don't want to get a lot of information out to teams. They want to keep their things in-house. They don't want to leak information. And that's taking a page from the Patriots. The Patriots are the first team that uses a very kind of mellow about injuries. Belichick just says he's hurt, this and that. He doesn't even go into it. But regarding a shoulder injury, that can be pretty impactful for him, because he's a powerful back that kind of leads with that head and that shoulder and kind of likes to put his body weight into things.
AC joint is what I heard. And if you watch the game, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you watch the game, it was AC joint, potentially broken collarbone going into the injury update, the first update we were all going to get. And then you didn't hear much about the collarbone after that point. So they feared it, knowing that they're worried about the collarbone, knowing that it's potentially an AC joint. What are they looking at potentially? Since they're not telling us.
I saw that they did, definitely if it was a broken collarbone, they would have reported it and it would have been a big thing. But I think they're fearing, the AC joint, which is very close to that collarbone, and it can if you have instability in that AC joint in your shoulder, you're going to have limited range. So his catching ability is going to be limited and just power is going to be limited. And imagine trying to truck a guy, truck someone, throw that stiff arm. That's going to put a lot of pressure on that arm. Holding the ball might be difficult. Those types of things, and it can lead him to be susceptible to a collarbone injury. So that's probably why they're being a little bit, cautious, not playing him this week and next week, because that kind of injury can lead to a collarbone injury. The most easily fractured bone in the body is your collarbone.
Yeah, isn't it 8 pounds of pressure can break it? Is that correct?
Easy, yeah. It's only 8 pounds of pressure, and you can. That's easily. It happens so much. Actually, we've seen so many collarbone injuries, and with that AC joint, injury type of injury, that, like I said, that can lead to having a collarbone injury. So imagine him going out there this week, trying to run over a defender trying to run over a defender, boom, hit that shoulder, and then pop his collarbone off.
So my daughter just broke her collarbone, so I'm dealing with that.
Man.
She's 2 weeks into it, and it's crazy. She's
it's
moving
very
her arm
painful.
around
You can't get that range of motion going. very limiting. So I think Connor's going to have a lot of issues coming, even when he comes back. That's a painful injury, and it can lead to bigger injuries down the line. So, I'd be cautious with him, and just kind of maybe if you could trade him, I would.
So my one of my biggest sleepers all year long, he's been on the bold predictions, has been Jalen Samuels, but I pair him with Benny Snell, who is also hurt and not likely to play for a little bit, potentially going into the knife, I believe. So you have basically Jalen Samuels getting all the carries. He's running the show. My bold prediction in my top 10 bold predictions on the year, he's one of 10. It's Jalen Samuels, Benny Snell together will be a secret weapon that can help you win a league in 2019. Now, we may only get 2 games out of him. I'm hoping he carves out such a role and they ease Connor back in that you're going to get 3 or 4. Who knows? But Samuels, a lot of people don't know that the running backs coach in Pittsburgh was Jalen Samuels' college coach. So this is a reuniting of coach and player. And Samuels is so good at receiving the ball. They line him up in the Wildcat. That one game where he was going to take over, Mason Rudolph was out. He was going to take over as like a Wildcat / vulture of Connor, and then he threw that pick right at the beginning of the game, and then they took him out of the game. It really messed up the momentum. But I think he's going to get unleashed in this one. Potential of 100 total yards with ease, 4 or 5 receptions, maybe some Wildcat action in there, and then I'm looking at a real good chance of a touchdown. So he is a really, really good running back 2 this week, and definitely should be in everybody's flex position in week 9.
Definitely, I agree. I think he's going to be a big play this week, and if he has a big game, like you said, with his coach, that coached him in college, I think it'll make for a big game. They're going to really try to, utilize him a lot, and at the end of the day, if he has a big game, I think that would help them give him confidence and say, you know what, we don't need to rush Connor back with this injury. Maybe give him an extra time, and even when he comes back, they're going to give this guy a lot of extra carries if he really kind of steps up to the plate. And Benny Snell probably having knee surgery, so that's kind of tough for him. It's really Samuel's time to shine.
So Brissett's dad, first of all, Doobie says, love Dr. Raj on the show. There's definitely a couple shout-outs to you in the beginning of the show, so people are loving you coming on, man. Smitty, why isn't T.Y. Hilton the topic? I did add him to the end there, so Brissett's dad, thank you for bringing that up. And I will add, if we want to start there, that I like Pascal a lot, Zach Pascal or Pascal. A lot of people say Pascal, but Pascal I think is how a lot of people pronounce it. So, but this guy might be the wide receiver 1 in Indy right now. He's shown flashes of really being leaned on heavily by that Colts passing attack. And you love Brissett. I think
my boy.
The Briskinator. I think he's going to lean on Pascal a lot. I think Pascal could be a really, really awesome DFS play, daily fantasy play this week, and just be a really good flex for the next couple weeks because Hilton's out for at least a couple games. What do you know about Hilton? How long is Hilton going to be out if you had to guess?
I'm going to say at least 2 to 3 weeks at least. That's a tough injury, but at the end of the day, I picked up Pascal because I'm really high on, me, I'm a big Jacoby fan. I love Brisket with my boy. I was telling you about him before the season started, and I'm high on this guy. It's that Patriot quarterback tree, Jimmy Garoppolo, my man, Tom Brady, and Brisket. They're killing it, and I really got high hopes for Pascal. They're going to lean on him, but I think maybe it's a 2 to 3 week injury at least for T.Y., but could be longer. And
Pascal, however anybody wants to say his name, I'm down. But they use him all over the field. Yeah. So he's really very trusted by that team, and they're going to lean on him a lot. They do shuffle. He did a shuffle pass touchdown. He had a shuffle pass his way for a touchdown. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but definitely think he's a great pickup and play. So Hilton out, that hurts people a lot. Hilton was a quiet wide receiver 1, but really high end wide receiver 2 before. Stop spamming evolution. Come on, we see it. Minshew or Winston? We're not going to answer it right now. We're going to put you in timeout for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and answer your question.
We'll come back to that one.
You're in timeout. Pass cows is how Brissett's dad saying. Well, Brissett, you would know. You're Brissett's dad.
That's right.
So you should know. Okay, next up is Deshaun Jackson is a go for this week, according to reports. What are you hearing with him and the abdominal injury?
So I was reading Adam Schefter. He said he's pretty much supposedly supposed to play tomorrow, coming in with the abdominal injury. He's missed 6 weeks because of it. And that's kind of a tough injury because, that's going to slow you down. You got the abdomen, you're running. It's going to cause your speed to come down. And Deshaun's a speedy receiver. And even the coach said that he's probably not going to be 100% the whole season. He said that. I was reading the report. So with that news, I'm probably going to be a little cautious on him. I want to see what he can do this week. Coming in with an abdominal injury, that's never a good thing. That can flare up. That can kind of cause more soreness through the game. But what I think is going to happen, I think because he's just going to be on the field, he's going to draw attention from the defense, and I think that's going to open it up for Ertz. I think the big play for the Eagles is Ertz this week.
I hope.
Just because they're going to respect Deshaun. Even if Deshaun doesn't have much of a game or doesn't get a lot of targets, it's going to cause distraction, and I think Zach Ertz has a big game. But it is a kind of a injury to keep an eye on because, again, it's going to slow his speed down. And Deshaun, they all know him for that speed.
Yeah. Doobie, can you post in the sleeperu.com forums and let people know that we're live here? And then if Seclan or any of you Reddit people want to post a link, let's get some more people into the chat room here. So Adam Thielen news just broke as we're talking, like literally just right now, because I was going to talk about him being a game time call. It says right now, right here, according to Schefter as well, and there's not even, this is on RotoWorld, there's not even a fantasy football show here, youtube.com/the fantasy football show in the morning, 1 hour before kickoff of the morning games. So check with me, get on the show, and see if he's still a go, because he could tweak something, Are they the morning game? I forget. Let me look it up. You still there, Dr. Raj? We didn't lose Dr. Raj.
Hey, do you hear me?
Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
You froze for a second, or you're really good at being still.
No, I'm not that good at being still, trust me.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you during the games.
Yeah, I know.
Computer Bob says Dr. Raj sounds very relaxed after his 49ers are done this week's with a win and 8-0.
Yeah. I'm going to relax this weekend because it was a very stressful Thursday night. I'm going to relax being undefeated, but I'm going to tell you next Monday night is not going to be an easy game. I was definitely not relaxed Thursday night, but I'm definitely going to be enjoying the games tomorrow. I'm kind of happy we don't play tomorrow.
And let's talk about that real quickly. So they definitely, your defense struggled a little bit to contain Kyler Murray, and I caught one of your lives. And for, again, anybody that doesn't know Dr. Raj, RSF 49ers, he has like, I don't know how many people you had in the live when I checked. I want to say it was like 300 or 400 or something. But right after the game, you were talking about it. You were like, hey, guys, we've never faced a quarterback that's mobile like this. It'll prepare us for Russell Wilson. It'll prepare you for those mobile quarterbacks. So you got exploited in a way. Do you really believe that this is something that can be remedied just by facing the Cardinals? Like, this is not something where there is a way to beat the 49ers, and it's through a dynamic running quarterback like Murray or Wilson or, Allen or whoever?
Yeah, no, so that's a good question, and I spoke about it because a lot of people were saying, they exposed the defense. It wasn't that. It was the first look they got at a mobile quarterback with this new defensive scheme, because people got to remember, this is the first time they've used a wide nine. So they're kind of mixing things in. And also, I don't think a lot of people realize we lost Quan Alexander wearing the Hot Boy shirt for him, my man. Fallen soldier. Yeah. Quan Alexander was the linchpin of our defense. He was great in coverage, and he was the spy linebacker. We had to rely on a rookie linebacker, Greenlaw, who I think can pick it up. But without that spy linebacker, they kind of exploited us. You're right. And we missed assignments. Richard Sherman said it. He says we just didn't execute. We played bad. I think they're going to make the adjustments. We have a good defensive coordinator, Robert Salah. We have a great defensive line coming in on a short week. They were tired. Thursday night football is a tough situation, especially after coming up against Carolina. That was a tough game. The defense really played hard. I definitely think it was a tough game. I got a lot of respect for Kyler Murray after this game.
Yeah.
He showed me a lot of stuff. He played better than I thought he was going to do. You take away that Andy Isabella play, we held him to 150 yards passing. But that play was definitely a backbreaker. He did extend a lot of plays. I think it's going to help prepare us because we're going to have an extra couple days without the game this weekend to review that film. Russell Wilson's coming up. We got Lamar Jackson later in the year. So it's going to be something that we have to fix. But I think it's definitely a good eye-opener that we got to see this. And, at the end of the day, too, Kyler Murray hasn't really been in the league a lot. So a lot of times these new quarterbacks come in and they make some big plays, like Kaepernick. He was on the Niners, and when he first came into the league, he took the league by storm. Nobody could stop him. 2 years into it, he wasn't as good as he was initially, but my take on running quarterbacks is once they lose their legs and their ability to run, sometimes they don't pan out. But Russell Wilson's the exception. Yeah. Russell Wilson's great, but I do definitely think that this is going to be something we have to kind of look into to moving forward. And losing the linebacker was a big part of that. But, I agree.
It's gonna be interesting. I did not expect Drake to have the game that he had, I'll be honest, because he's facing the 49ers. Now, there was one long reception where literally there was like no one on the field in the camera shot for like I don't know how many seconds, but so you could say that was like a botch play or whatever, but he had a very, very good game. Did. He looked really good.
Drake was good. I give him a lot of respect for that.
But who hasn't looked good in that offense, as far as running back goes? Edmonds was 150 and 3 TDs, the week prior.
They have a fast defense. They have a fast offense. They have players on that team. Isabella, Kyler Murray extending plays, and now Kenyon Drake, Edmonds before. The thing with the defense that the Niners play, it is susceptible to the run. Because they have that wide 9 technique, so they don't have the gaps in the middle plugged up. So you can definitely beat it with the bubble screen. The little plays on the flats, and that's exactly what Arizona did. They killed us on those screen plays, but something we got to fix, and I think they're going to kind of change their coverage a little bit, maybe move it into a dime package a little bit more. But I was nervous on Thursday night. I will tell you that.
Is this a running back by committee moving forward? I kind of get a fear that it could be, but DJ's supposed to be back in the next game, and I think that with the extra rest, I think that maybe they're going to play coy with that too, and you might see another game time decision. They're just kind of feeding us what we want to hear, or not feeding us what we need to hear. I think it's become a problem also in the NFL. I'm sorry to throw this out there too, but if you want to answer both these questions, so DJ, the running back by committee, but also all I hear is from a lot of people is it's football. The coaches, they don't care about you, your fantasy. They don't care about that. They're playing a game and they're there to win a game. But at what point have we crossed a line where more than half of your fans are in a fantasy football capacity? There is a ton of interest in Vegas knowing the right information, when news is supposed to break accurately and people are being coy, as we're saying with some of the injury news. But at what point is this going to shift to where you can no longer say that anymore? You can't say, oh, that's fantasy, we're worried about the game, when you're literally turning off half of your audience when you say something like that.
That's true. I've actually said that in one of my lives. I'm like, you know what? Kyle Shanahan doesn't care about your fantasy team because the way he utilizes his offense. But, that's becoming a new thing because a lot of time, you're right, these coaches, they just want to win the game. They're going to do the plays that's going to get them to win. And if it's throwing to your backup tight end that the other team doesn't expect, it really is going to cost you fantasy team.
And I'm fine with that. I'm more so talking about the David Johnson injury, how that was kind of known that they weren't going to use him, and they didn't say anything about that. They kind of just head into the game. So you got all these fantasy people up in arms saying, I started DJ, and everyone's like, they don't care about your fantasy team. Yeah. So I get what you're saying with the tight ends, and of course you're not going to call play. But what about fantasy?
So, what I was going into is that's also kind of spilling into the injuries because now I think the teams are just letting the medical staff do their job because they're the professionals. The medical professionals are the ones that know the injuries. And at the end of the day, the coaches, now they're just going to say, there's an injury. We're going to let it play out. I don't think they want to have that stress of saying, your fantasy team is my priority. Their priority is protecting their players to the best of their abilities and doing what's safe for them. So I think it's going to become a bigger thing where they don't really necessarily give you all the full injury report because it happened perfect example, and I'm going to use the Niners because I know a lot about them and I follow them closely, is we have this rookie receiver, Jalen Hurd, right? They just said it was a back injury. He should be back in a couple weeks. Couple weeks passed. He had a setback. Okay, he's not playing this week. And then Kyle Shanahan said, okay, we expect him to be back. This was, I think, against the what game was it? He said, he should still be back against the Browns week 5 after the bye week. But, it wasn't healing the way it should. And then everybody was like, okay, Jalen Hurts coming back. We're excited. And then literally that same week they put him on the injured reserve and saying he had a setback. Nobody knew what the setback was, and it's frustrating because people had him on their fantasy team as a sleeper. Fantasy-wise, you see that, and you're like, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And then finally the week after when he's on the IR, he says, okay, yeah, he had a stress reaction in his back. For 6 weeks, we had no clue. We didn't know. And I think that's just going to be the new wave of the NFL of they're not going to really throw it out there because they want to protect the players and do what's best for them. It is frustrating from a fantasy standpoint, but as just a normal fan or just from a business standpoint of the coach, he's doing what he has to do his job. But it is definitely frustrating fantasy-wise.
Yeah, I mean the thing that really bothers me though is that we make up the fantasy world, and I say we make up such a big portion of their viewership now. At some point,
right.
They're gonna have to say we can't talk like that. It's one thing if like they say DJ's gonna play, and then he's feeling like he's got some kind of issue going on while he's taking his first carry, and then he comes out. That's a totally different thing.
That's
but
different,
he came out after the game and said that they knew the game plan was not that they were going to not use DJ a lot, and it just rubbed so many fantasy people the wrong way. And then you had people that didn't care as much about fantasy attacking those people, and it was a big old Twitter battle and all kinds of people throwing mud left and right. And it's like, you know what? Both sides have an argument. The coaches can't be concerned about your fantasy team. The coaches can't. But at the same time, if they have information that a player's not going to literally play at all and they don't come out with that, it affects Vegas. It affects a lot of things.
Affects everybody. And you know what? I think taking that one step further, and I honestly think the way they do it for is kind of a strategy. So let's say you take David Johnson, using him as an example, and they don't say anything, and then he suits up for the game, and then they knew the game plan wasn't to play him. The other team doesn't know that. The other team's sitting there thinking, we got a plan for David Johnson in the game. He's not in there, and now they're like, okay, why is this kid Chase Edmonds dominating us? We didn't plan for him. So I think part of it's strategy.
Yeah, which I get, but
is it nice for a fantasy team, for a fantasy owner? No, it's definitely cruel and unusual, but I see it from the coach's side and I see it from the fantasy side, and I don't think those two worlds will ever kind of merge because your fantasy team, they're looking out for their stats. Coaches looking out for their players, and it's a tough marriage.
But it would be funny to watch if, let's say, this got out of hand and it was crazy or whatever. It would be funny to watch what happens when they lose viewership, and then what are we looking at? If people can't play fantasy football because they don't have the right information, they're losing their leagues. They're going to stop playing. I guarantee you that David Johnson cost somebody the momentum in their league, and there's got to be multiple people, not one or two.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of people that may not return to fantasy football because they're so bent out of shape over that, and they lost, and they're tired of losing. And
every year it happens. You get mad because you get the wrong information, and it's crazy because the information's supposed to be readily available, but then when it's not the right information, you get frustrated because you're like, okay, why am I even looking at this information?
Yeah.
And then to answer that first question about David Johnson, now that they have Drake in the mix, honestly, it's going to be the same thing with Connor. I think it's going to allow them to not have to give him as many carries so he doesn't have the risk of injury as much. So I think Kenyon Drake is a big addition to them. They saw what he can do.
Yeah.
They got a lot of speed on that team, and I don't think David Johnson is going to be like a number one running back on your team anymore. So Drake going over there is really going to take some carries from him, I think.
I think it will. I'm going to also go live on Twitch right now. Doing a lot of things at once here. Okay.
Multitasking at his
I'm trying to get the Twitch going, the Twitch community going here too.
There we go, man.
Select a category. I got a lot of people in here that are trying to follow me. Okay, if you're on Twitch, get on over there as well and get a view going so we can try and get. What's up, Twitch world? We're tweeting. We're twittering.
We're twitching. We're tweaking. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know.
You're live on the Fantasy Football Show, Twitch.
Real quick, because when I froze on you, you were talking about the breaking news for Adam Thielen, and I didn't hear it. What was that news about Adam Thielen?
Oh, yeah. So Adam Thielen, news just broke a few minutes ago that Schefter is saying that Adam Thielen is expected to play.
Okay, I did read that before we came on live.
Yeah, it was that he's game time, and then it just there's the most recent news post on Roto World.
I saw game time decision.
Yeah.
So now it is officially going to play. Hamstring injury. That's always a tough one, man.
Yeah.
But Thielen's a gamer. I think he should still have a pretty decent game. I think you get him in your roster, but I think that means Stephon Diggs is going to have a big game.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. is probably a high-end wide receiver too this week, but
big time.
but Thielen is going to play, but yeah, he's still going to be potentially slowed. If you're on Twitch, guys, get on over and give me some views and follows on Twitch. Just search for The Fantasy Football Show. Don't leave YouTube. You could stream both. Walk and chew gum at the same time.
Look at this guy all over the
and hit the thumbs up. What is with the 37 thumbs up? And we only have 105 in here, but that'll grow. Usually about, I don't know why it is, but like 10:30.
Those late night viewers because they're trying to get their roster set.
Yeah, but hit that thumbs up if you're on your way in. We're like at 30% thumbs up. That's unacceptable. Okay, so questions on screen real quick. Let's do a quick answer to get through some of these. I traded Chris Carson, Ertz, and John Brown for Evan Ingram, Josh Jacobs, and Demaryius Thomas. So Carson, Ertz, Brown for Ingram, Jacobs, Thomas.
I think it's about a fair trade, honestly. I don't see one side better than the other. I do like the Ertz pickup because I think, like I said, with Deshaun Jackson back, that's going to help him out. But overall, I don't see one side kind of coming up over the other. I like both sides.
Yeah, I think both sides could be arguable. I kind of like the Carson Ertz side for right now because you get John Brown too. John Brown has a tough matchup this week, but Carson, Ertz, Brown versus Jacobs. I don't think Demaryius Thomas is anything special at all.
No, Jacobs
and Evan
is
Ingram
nice,
and Ertz are very arguable. I'm with you. I hope Ertz goes crazy this week. So, and Matt's got a super chat here. Thanks for the question, Ricardo. Matt says, Lamar or Josh Allen?
Ooh, Lamar Jackson's playing the Patriots, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to be a game. That's the game of the week. Who's Josh Allen? Who the Bills play this week?
Let me pull it up here. But let me ask you this question real quick. Do you think that the Patriots being faced with a running QB like Allen could have the same kind of effect that
the Niners? It's definitely possible. Those running, like I said, those running quarterbacks face a whole new challenge. But the Patriots' defense is a whole different level. This is going to be their big test because, like people say about the Niners, they haven't played anybody, quote unquote. So this is a big test for the Patriots. I do like Lamar Jackson, but at the same time, that Patriots defense is stingy. I would play Allen just because I think it's a safer play.
Allen's got a great matchup. He's at home. They're 5-2. They're playing the Washington Redskins.
You go Allen out. I love Lamar Jackson. Normally, I would say don't bench him, but Josh Allen has the matchup. I want to play the matchup.
Yeah, I think that in this situation, it's really hard. What's up, brothers? Thanks for joining over on Twitch. This one's tough because, you want to say Jackson, but
he's a gamer.
But the safe play is Allen. So thank you for the question. Play, yeah. Next question, super chat from Mark is 0.5 PPR. Hunter Henry or David Montgomery? I'm rolling David Montgomery. Although he's a little riskier, Hunter Henry's probably got a very high floor, meaning you're going to get 4 catches for 50 yards or something, 9 points, 10 points. Yeah. And he has the upside for 80 and a touch or 90 and a touch, sure. But I think Monty's got the more risk, the lower floor, because we still don't have a guaranteed signed, I will play David Montgomery from Nagy. So we know Nagy could screw all of us again.
He can screw us. And again, you're right. Hunter Henry's a safe play. I mean, he's going to get you 4 or 5 catches, and in a PPR league, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But if Montgomery gets the touches, he can go off. He can go off any given Sunday. That's tough. If my team is pretty good and I have a close matchup, I want to take the more rewarding pick. I'm gonna go Montgomery.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna play it safe and I know I'm gonna win and I don't really need to take the gamble, I go Hunter Henry.
Yeah, if you feel very strong, you just need that safety, go Hunter Henry. But if you need a home run, Monty's the guy that's going to get you 120 total yards and a touchdown. But, so Computer Bob says, Dr. Raj, teams like Arizona and DJ, LOL, I don't know what that means, Computer Bob. But I think we addressed a lot about the DJ stuff, so hopefully we answer your question. Joshua Hall, Mixon or David Johnson rest of season? I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say.
Man.
Now, Andy Dalton bench. Do they run more? Is that a good or a bad thing? It's got to be good.
It's got to be good.
Mixon's not doing anything right now. So I kind of feel like because we don't know what we're dealing with yet with DJ, Mixon's safer. But if DJ's back, Mixon, I just can't stand Mixon. I stayed away from him every league.
Away from him too.
That's a
bad question. That's a hard. If you're faced with that question, you need to upgrade. That's all I'm gonna say.
Frank says Smitty live with Dr. Raj. Get the fantasy football advice for tomorrow and the rest of the year. Thank you, Frank, for saying that on
man.
Twitch.
Appreciate it. Thanks for all the people that are giving me the positive reviews.
Yeah, dude. I don't ever get negative feedback on you, man. I mean, I got a pretty positive group though, but but people are always excited. They're not like, oh, we're gonna wait till he leaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't want to be if I'm getting hated on.
No, dude.
I want to know.
People love you.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
Yeah, no, they love the injury stuff and the different take, and I like doing panels.
It's fun. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah. It's nice to do, and it's especially fun when you get 3 people because they can really kind of have some fun.
Go some back and forth banter. Yeah.
Mark, another super chat. Thank you, Mark. Mark says I already played Kenyon Drake and Kittle. Nice work.
Ooh,
how's Kittle?
Kittle, I've been telling you, he started to go crazy.
We've been telling each other.
Today. I know we've been telling each other. Ever since we got Emmanuel Sanders, it's opened. It's a whole new world for him out there. And this is the thing with Kittle, and I said this on my live the other day. I got so much respect for this guy. He's my favorite player.
Yeah.
Kittle over the middle, as you know.
Kittle over the middle.
Kittle over the middle.
Give me a gang, bang bang Niner gang.
Bang bang Niner gang.
Yeah, that's what he does on his lives.
Bang bang Niner gang. That's it. That's the way I usually say it. But anyway,
and Alexa's on your show a lot.
She is. We scream out to Alexa. It's funny because actually the Niner players, 95.7, the rate, like all the big Niner people and stuff, they're using my catchphrases. So I had somebody tell me, a follower, he says, you need to trademark your stuff. And now I'm seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, man, I should be getting royalties for this stuff. So I think I'm going to work on that. But anyways, to answer your question about Kittle, the guy's a warrior. He had that knee injury where the guy just, if you saw it, hyperextended his knee. And he played through it, had a touchdown. He had a heck of a game. The kid's a warrior. I love him. And he's such a leader. The MRI came back for him. And Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport both said he's fine. The knee injury, he didn't suffer any significant damage to the knee. Shanahan said he will be practicing this week. He may be limited in practice, but he's expected to play against Seattle. So we dodged the bullet there. And Kittle moving forward, he's just getting better and better. With Emmanuel Sanders on the team, it's opened it up for him, and he's been doing really well over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I like. I moved the phone closer to. For those of you on Twitch, you're listening to Dr. Raj. You're not seeing him. If you want to see him, you go to youtube.com/thefantasyfootballshow. But Dr. Raj, you could find on Instagram at our SF49ers, OURSF49ERS, RSF49ers, and he is, I think, the best 49er page on Instagram.
Appreciate it.
U.S. Nation Gaming says, I'm in for a rough week, Smitty. T.Y. Hilton and Thomas out this week. Oh, Thomas on the bye. And I'm out. I'm hurting too, man. I'm left with Jarvis, Robbie Anderson, and Ebron. Yeah. So in the Throne League that I was talking to you earlier about, for those of you that have been watching that debacle on Instagram, it's fun drama though. It's fun. We had to kick somebody out of the league, and because he kept blocking, he blocked 1/4 of the people in the league, including me. He blocked me because I associate with the people he blocked. Whatever, it was dumb. You know, how are you going to be in a league when you block the commissioner? So it's an IG league. But in that league, I admittedly have a team that's struggling, and my followers drafted my team. Everybody's followers drafted their teams. That was the whole point of the league. And we have one of the best teams, man. It's off the hook, but they're all hurt. It's just struggling. Like I would take this team into battle next year without question. But I have Pat Mahomes at QB, Zeke Elliott, and Alvin Kamara at running back.
Oh man!
Because we traded.
That's a good team, though.
And we have Zach Ertz and we have Robert Woods. We have a really good team.
It's a good team.
Yeah, Ertz has been struggling. Mahomes is hurt. Kamara's been hurt. Elliott was on a bye last week. We scored like 50 points last week. It was horrible.
Oh my god!
But I don't know if we can get into the playoffs at this point because we've been waiting on Mahomes and Kamara. So we're gonna have to win out from here on out. But that's a damn good team. I'm proud
to. Team.
That's the only team I'm proud to lose with.
It's a team that you're proud to lose. You know, I've had those teams where you're like, it's a good team. I'm losing, but I'm gonna ride or die with this team. I've had those teams. So.
Minshew or Winston? Who you going with this week?
I'll go Minshew.
That's from Twitch.
I'll go Minshew Mania.
Okay.
Take the Minshew.
That's a tough one, man.
No, I think Winston's a turnover machine, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, he's at Seattle. I think I answered this. I was kind of wavering on Instagram when I got asked this question on a live, but I think thinking about it more thoroughly, I would probably roll the safe route, which is Minshew. But
I
it's
mean,
tough.
yeah, Seattle. See, this is the thing. Like, Seattle seems like it's a scary matchup. I don't think so. I don't think they're. And I'll probably get proven wrong tomorrow. I don't think that their defense is overpowering. I think Minshew can still toss you 2 touchdowns, maybe 3.
Yeah.
They have a decent receiving core with Chark and everybody. Fournette's been playing pretty well. I just don't trust Winston. He just throws too many interceptions for me to trust him. You know, I don't care who he's playing. He's still going to throw you some interceptions. I think the safer pick definitely is Minshew, but again, the more risky, more upside kind of player is Winston if he can limit turnovers. But
it comes down to the same old response that I give people. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, you safe play, risky play with more upside. I mean, Minshew is like a 2 to 3 TD guy in my mind. But
it's exactly like
Winston could be 4 INTs and 1 TD, or he could be 4 TDs and look really good. So
exactly, that's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get with Winston.
Yeah. Clan, you said check my email. I assume you're sending me a picture of your snacks that you're eating right now. We have a guy named Clan, and he's one of the I would say loyalist The Fantasy Football Show subscribers here on YouTube, and he goes and gets snacks for each show. He goes and gets like a Dr. Pepper. Like he literally like camps out and goes to town. So he's sending me, I believe, his snacks. But Clan, oh, here it is. I'm loading it. So, Dr. Raj, you want to talk about, while I try and find this photo, and talk about Devontae Adams.
Okay, Devontae Adams, again, we talked about this last week. Turf toe, I said I don't like the injury. It's going to limit him. He's going to be up and down all season, and it's going to happen again. If he comes in this week, still going to be limited. It's going to limit his jumping ability, his vertical, his speed. It's a crappy injury. I don't like Devontae Adams playing this week, even if he does play. It's just
brothers.
Just a weird injury to have. Turf toe is a lingering one. It really can limit his speed. It's going to be one of those injuries that's going to be, like I say, he's going to be a yo-yo this season, up and down, up and down. And it's one of those injuries that you really can't get better until you just have to rest it off. You know, the more you put pressure and weight bear on that foot, it's going to cause it to get worse. Patrick Willis of the Niners, he had to retire because of it. Turf toe is a really it's a crummy injury.
And as much as I want to be on board with bounce back, because I've been talking about him being one of the better buy lows, and he still kind of is. I mean, you don't really know.
He's a good buy low, but
because you can definitely buy him low. You're not buying him high at all.
No.
So I'm all for that, but I did. There's some film of him running, and he didn't look like super explosive. He looked like he was kind of catering to it a little bit. So I'm a little bit worried. But you know.
That's going to limit his explosiveness, definitely. But again, it's one of those things where, like we talked about Deshaun Jackson, if he's in, he's going to be more of a decoy. He's going to take, defenders. They're going to have to be honest with them and respect them in the lineup, and that's going to open it up for everybody else on that team. So everybody else on that offense gets upgraded because he's in. So
yeah, Chavez, you're asking what about Devontae Adams? We're just saying that we don't really know what he's going to deliver. If he plays this week, I think he's. What's the word on his play? Is playing? He's like questionable, right?
I heard he's questionable because of the toe.
Yeah.
And I think he'll suit up and play because it's a pretty big game, but I don't think he'll be too effective. Again, hopefully he makes me eat my words, but we'll see.
Brothers, are you heading out? I don't know if I missed your question. Hopefully Monty goes off this week. I agree, brothers. I hope he goes off too.
I hope so too.
Mark has a super chat here. Drop 1, Phillip Rivers, Kenyon Drake. I got Breeze, Kamara, and Monty. Drop 1. Do you mean bench 1? I don't know if you mean drop 1, but I'd say, I mean if you've got Breeze and there are other QBs you can pick up later,
I guess Phillip Rivers. Yeah, he's expendable. Nobody's gonna pick him up.
I don't drop Drake yet. You don't know what you got with Drake. You can't drop him. Kamara, obviously, Monty.
If anything, I'm trading Drake. I'm selling high.
Yeah, that's a good, especially to the DJ owner. You might be able to upgrade like into a Mike Thomas from, let's say, a receiver like almost a tier below. You might be able to pull that off.
High. I'm selling him high as a kite this week.
Yeah, get him freaking out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate your messages there. Jake says, Smitty, give the team to Dr. Raj. So I actually contemplated contacting you. I know you're so busy. If another opening opens up in the Throne League, you want me to consider you, or are you just way too busy for something like that?
No, I can do that. I can definitely do it. I'll prioritize it. But if I don't have it prioritized, it gets busy. Because like when people try to contact me and on my other page, it's like especially on a game like after a game day.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy. But I'll definitely prioritize that.
The new IG folders is good in the inbox. Have you tried that out?
I've been trying to mess with it. Yeah.
It took me, so I think everything goes into your primary, and then I just throw it into my general. But I think you can maybe keep all your, I don't know how to say best to organize it, but I kind of like it because I have so many DMs too. I imagine you have way more because you have 70,000 followers.
It's crazy. Like
I get,
I just get so many.
hundreds a day. It seems
it's overbearing. It's like overwhelming. Something like sometimes I'm just like I can't look at this.
And then just like in a comment here, if I miss a comment, if you miss a DM or you can't get to all the DMs. I don't answer 80% of them. I can't get to them. I just can't.
It's hard. I try so hard to get to my question because I really know that people want to talk to me, but man, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's like if you don't, as Matthew Berry posted a screenshot. I think we lost Dr. Raj for a second there. Matthew Berry posted a screenshot of a follower that asked him a question. Oh, there you go. I got you back. And Matthew Berry asked him a question, or he asked Matthew Berry a question, and Matthew Berry didn't get back to him fast, and so he said, "Never mind your, called him some, name or whatever, some slander." And then Matthew Berry posted it on his stories or whatever. But it's just funny. It's true. Like that, if you don't get back to somebody, they take it as a personal offense. It's like, dude, I get like 100 DMs a day.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Like even like IG. So the worst part is like especially if there's like breaking news. Like when Quan Alexander had I'll get like 50 people send me the breaking news alert. Like I know I'm gonna post it. It's breaking news. I just you're sending a news page. I'm gonna post the news, and they just all go crazy. Like I'm not like the minute they get the breaking news announcement, I get the announcement, and they just go crazy and they flood my inbox, and it's like, oh man, it's crazy.
We got 226 in the room now, so they're starting to file in. Hit the thumbs up. We only got 61, and we got somebody with it down. We pissed somebody off. Should I trade David Johnson and Jalen Samuels for Alvin Kamara?
Yeah,
from Shrek City.
All day
long. I agree.
I say yes. Yeah.
Connor out 2 weeks means single. But our Samuels gets good value. But yeah, make this trade. I don't know if you can be slick about it and accept it. Like if you can leave it up or if he'll take it down, but accept it after the game start, and then you get Samuels for the week. But
that'd be dirty.
Yeah, you could do that, but I don't know if they're gonna pull the offer off the table or something like that. But yeah, I still probably do that, especially if you can weather through potentially being without anybody this week from that trade. Then I definitely consider it. So if Samuels is like gravy to you and you're able to fill in that void, I imagine you're not though, because if DJ's your first rounder and you're without him, Samuels could probably help you a ton this week.
Yeah, he's gonna. Like we talked about earlier, I think he's gonna have a big week this week. He's primed for a huge week this week.
Yeah, daylight savings times kicks in this week, guys. Know how that affects you. It affects me different than it affects everybody else because I'm in Arizona and we don't celebrate or participate. Right. But you guys all do, and that affects me. So it does affect me. So like right now, when I say, hey, I'm going live at on Instagram at midnight, now that I do that Eastern, now that means 10 p.m. my time instead of 9 p.m. So it messes with me more than it would actually mess with anybody else. That's true. California used to be my time, and now at tonight at midnight, California is now 1 hour earlier than I am.
Oh my God, that's right. That's right. Arizona doesn't have. You guys are one of the only smart states in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, smart. How smart is it though when you got to deal with everybody else moving around? It sucks.
That's true. I hate daylight savings time.
Yeah, my California people move 1 hour earlier, so instead of being both 6 p.m. together, now they're 5 p.m. I'm 6 p.m. And instead of New York being 9 p.m. when I'm 6, now they're 10 or there's 8 p.m. or no 9. Let's see, when I'm 6, they're 8.
Yeah, 8.
So it kind of jacks me up a little bit. I
throws you off. Yeah.
Yeah. Doobie, can you ask your question again? You said ask Dr. Raj, but I don't know what your question was. Should I trade? Oh, I already got that one. Mixin. Let me throw a couple other questions on screen. Dr. Raj, you have a few more minutes. When do you have to bounce?
We're good.
Okay.
We're good. No, I still want to talk about. I think we left off the Josh Gordon topic, and Patrick Mahomes, but
Hit them both.
Questions.
Let's go, Mahomie.
No, let's get those questions first.
Okay. Smitty, Eastern time is Eastern time, though. That's correct. Thank you, Computer Bob. I'm just saying it's different for me. Eastern time changes for me, in terms of how I speak to it. Like if the games are 1 p.m. still or whatever, it still changes for me. Like now, so let me put it this way: games started at 10 p.m. Or 10 a.m. So morning games for me 10 a.m. That's when every morning kickoff was. Now it's 11. Instead of 1 p.m. kickoff for the afternoon games, it's now 2 p.m. for me. So I get affected. Yeah, I'm not even on daylight savings. I'm the one that gets affected. Computer Bob, chew on that.
On that. Eastern time is still Eastern time, though.
Yeah, and you told me, Computer Bob.
I like that one.
Computer Bob also tried to stick it. Why are you trying to stick it to me, Computer Bob? You're my boy. Computer Bob said something earlier about Smitty said that the trade was a we decision in the Throne League when it was 99% my decision. No, it wasn't. I came on this live on YouTube and said, what are we doing? And you guys said to make the trade, which I was all for. But anyways, I just wanted to go at you a little bit, Computer Bob, because you're for some reason slinging some shit.
Throwing you under the bus.
Yeah, he's like that guy who's like your best friend until somebody else gets around, and then that.
Oh yeah, that's
and then they start treating you bad, and you're like, dude.
Yeah. You're like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just asking what his thoughts were on Mahomes. Nothing special. Well, you're in luck, Doobie, because we've got our boy about to talk about it. Actually, let's get into it. Okay, so Pat Mahomes, there's a chance he could play, and as we talked about earlier, the femur bone is where the groove is in the kneecap. Is that correct? Femur.
Correct.
Okay, so in the knee, there's. I should probably let the doctor talk about this.
Go ahead.
But the kneecap.
You know what I'm going to do next week, real quick. Sorry to disconnect you. When I go to work this week, I have a bunch of what I use with some of my patients. I have models of the skeleton and stuff like that, and the muscle layouts and all that good stuff. I'm gonna bring that stuff in so next time we can actually get a physical model, and so that people can get a better viewpoint of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be awesome. So here's the femur bone. It has a groove where the kneecap rests. You have the patellar tendon attached to the bottom of your kneecap, and then you have your thigh muscle going to the top of the kneecap, essentially, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Your ACL, MCL, LCL, PCL, those don't have anything to do with your kneecap, but you do have ligaments that are attached on the side, almost like I think of it like a boat that has a covering on the back and it's strapped down. In a way, like I picture the kneecap having these ligaments that hold that kneecap in that groove, right?
So here's your knee,
yeah,
right in the middle, and then the bones on the top, bones in the middle, and you're right. It's all kind of connected on the lateral aspect and the medial, inside and outside.
Yep.
Your ligaments, and then around the top here, you'd have another, medial ligament coming on the bottom, and they're all giving you support. And in the middle, you have the meniscus or the menisci, and that's like the shock absorbers. So basically, in this groove here, that's that kneecap in the middle, and that's what dislocated from the groove.
So even though it's tied down like a tarp on top of a boat, even though it's tied down from those side ligaments, the kneecap still slid out of its groove, and then because it didn't tear any of the ligaments, they just popped it back in, right?
Yeah, they had to shove it back in, basically. To put it simply, they just shoved it back in. Basically.
And do you think they did an MRI to see if those ligaments on the sides were still holding tight?
Yeah, that's exactly why they had to do the MRI, because they wanted to see how much structural damage was around the kneecap. And that's what determined if he was going to have surgery or not. If the ligaments were damaged to the point where it wasn't stabilizing the kneecap enough, they would have had to do surgery, and he would have been out for an extensive amount of time.
Okay.
But because those ligaments didn't have a lot of damage to them directly, they felt that it was okay to be conservative, let the knee rest, stabilize it with the brace, and strengthen the knee. and he can come back.
And so we're looking at the only reason he's not playing at all, I would guess at this point. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the doctor. This is the doctor, but this is my guess. I do have a lot of knee issues and knee surgeries and stuff like that. So I feel like I know.
You have good knowledge about it, and every time you've talked about it, you've expressed the right information.
Good.
So.
Thank you. So I think I have this correct, but the only reason he's not playing, the only reason is they're worried about it happening again. So
of course.
So it's a matter of, okay, we wait enough time, let things heal so that kneecap isn't more susceptible to popping out of the groove again like that, because if it does, then he's going to be even more trouble
it's
potentially.
Gonna be bad
like concussions, the risk of reoccurrence is greater. But if he wears the right knee brace, why doesn't he come out this week no matter what if he has the right knee brace that can hold that kneecap in place and kind of help contain that? Even with the brace on, he could maybe have it pop out or something?
He still can't. So
Okay.
this is a good question, because I was talking about this at work because one of my coworkers, one of my fellow PT colleagues, she's a big Chiefs fan, and I was telling her, we were both talking about this, because I said, Mahomes might come back this week. Did you hear the report? She goes, yeah, I don't know. And we both said it at the same time. We both looked at each other. We're like, it's kind of early, don't you think? And we both said it because we're both PTs. And in my opinion, if they play him this week, it's kind of early. It's jumping the gun. They said 3 weeks. I know he wants to get out there. I know they're desperate for wins. Honestly, I think his future is more important than rushing him back this week, because he has a higher probability of re-dislocating that knee.
Right.
Because it's just not as stable. It's not strong. I know the ligaments didn't have damage, but they're weak because of the damage that happened to the kneecap, the surrounding muscles, surrounding ligaments.
And it's a dislocated kneecap, not a dislocated knee, right? So
dislocated kneecap.
Yeah.
Patella is what you want to call it. So because of that injury, everything around the knee, everything that's associated with it, the muscles, the soft tissue, the ligaments, they're weaker, and that's why you need the brace. And if he takes a big hit to that knee, it can pop out again. And even worse, the ligaments are susceptible to damage. So then he could tear an ACL or an MCL or something like that. To me, it's very risky to throw him out there. And he had the ankle injury as well a couple weeks ago. I mean, that leg, to me, is definitely not 100%.
What's the likely?
It's a risky move.
I know you're totally guessing on this, but what's the likelihood of reoccurrence, re-injury with the proper brace if he was to go out there? I mean, obviously you can't predict if he takes a hit, like stuff like that, but if he didn't take a hit to the knee, would a brace be suitable enough to where you'd feel really confident that he wouldn't have a relapse of it or a reoccurrence?
I don't care what brace he has. He still has a chance of dislocating it, even if you have the knee brace and you take a knee, because it's not just the force and getting hit on it. It's bending the knee. If he hyperextends his knee, if he gets to the point where his knee, bends or twists, gets in that mechanism, there's still a chance. I know definitely with the brace, it cuts it down. I'd maybe say like 30% at most.
Yeah.
Without the brace, it'd probably like 65.
What?
70%.
And while we're on this topic, what are the odds, if you have a guess, that you reduce an ACL tear by wearing braces? Like, a lot of high school kids and college kids are now wearing braces to prevent any ACL tears. How much does that knock it down?
So I read an article, actually, a scholarly article about this recently. They published it, and they were definitely, they did a lot of research on it. They said it cuts it down about 20%. So it's not that high, but 20% is still pretty good. Whereas if you have a knee brace on, it can cut it down about 20% roughly. And it was a pretty good controlled trial.
Wow.
It was like almost 1,000 athletes they did it with. So it was a pretty substantial article. 20% is not bad, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting that there's actually a stat for it now. How much does it hamper your ability to play with the knee braces on like that?
Now, have you seen Jimmy Garoppolo? It doesn't hamper you at all, baby.
For those that don't know, we got 362 in the room now. Go to Instagram and follow this man, RSF 49ers, Dr. Raj. If you like the 49ers game or whoever they're playing, and again, if you're rooting for whoever's playing against the 49ers, you are his enemy. But he streams the game, so you can go to IG, turn that phone sideways, and watch the game. Yep, just like that. And watch it. Well, it keeps flipping. But yeah, so Dr. Raj is good people. We like having him on.
Appreciate it.
Josh Gordon is next. So if you to wrap up the Pat Mahomes topic, I know everyone wants to talk about this. They've been wanting to, so it's great. I don't mind lingering on it a little bit. But Pat Mahomes, I have him in the Throne League. I have him in like 4 or 5 of my 14 leagues that I do for my brand for sleeperu.com and thefantasyfootballshow.com. I have 14 leagues. I have Mahomes in 4 or 5 of them, and I'm hoping he plays for my fantasy team, but I don't want him to re-injure it, that's for sure. But Pat Mahomes, for me, is the number one quarterback. Watson's right there. Watson was my number one bold prediction last year. I was a year early on him. Sometimes I do that, right, Doobie? But Pat Mahomes and Watson, I think, are a whole tier above everybody else. Rodgers is lingering right around below them, but I think literally if you're getting in the playoffs and you have one of Pat Mahomes or Watson, you're gonna have a huge advantage. Because I think these guys carry you down the stretch. Flash Gordon is next.
Yeah,
Josh Gordon.
Gordon, a blaze of smoke coming into Seattle. It's legal. Weed's legal out there, so I don't know how it's going to be. He's definitely not playing this week. He was a healthy. So this is the information I've gathered from him because a lot of Niner fans were talking. They wanted to get him and this and that. Interesting take. I was reading Matt Mayoko's Insider newscast. He's a 49ers beat writer. If you guys don't know, Matt Mayoko is one of the big guys for the 49ers, and he covers this. So he talked a lot about this actually today. So Flash Gordon. He's not going to play this week for the Seahawks. He just came in. He was cleared off the Patriots, this week, and he hit waivers. He was a healthy clearance. A lot of people are saying, oh, he was hurt. They kept him on that injury reserve because they were still unsure about his status. They had N'Keal Harry coming back, and N'Keal Harry, their rookie, got cleared today. So that really was the reason they got rid of Gordon, so they can clear up the for Harry.
For N'Keal Harry, yeah.
For N'Keal Harry. So a lot of people are saying, oh, they cut him because they didn't want him. No, it was because they needed a spot for Harry, and then they traded for Mohamed Sanu. So they weren't sure what they were going to get with Gordon, so they just said, we're going to cut ties and get him out there. He's healthy. He was running like 100 miles on a treadmill last week, so he's healthy. But the impact, what kind of impact is he going to have? I'm not too sure.
Who is running on a treadmill?
Josh Gordon, Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
A week ago, 100 miles an hour he's running on. They said it's crazy. So he's healthy. It's not that he's not healthy. They just were unsure of what he could do for them because of all the history in the past. And then they also had Harry, so they had to make an executive decision because they want their rookie back.
Yeah, I love N'Keal Harry. I've talked a ton
when
about.
When I was doing draft analysis and draft scouting early last year.
Yeah,
Harry's was among all my top receivers. He's good. He's a stud. He can be great. So they had to make an executive decision. They got rid of Gordon, and then they got Sanu. So he was expendable. And I also read that the only team this is interesting. The only team that actually claimed the waiver on him was Seattle. No other team took a risk. They had the 28th waiver priority. So 31 teams basically didn't want him. So it speaks to his character. I think Gordon is a great player if he's healthy and focused, but he's had a lot of issues over the year. He really hasn't had a good season since 2013, 2014. So I don't know if I want to take a risk on him on my fantasy team, but if anybody can utilize him, the Seahawks. They're the team that can take a player just like the Patriots and make them something out of nothing with the way Russell Wilson extends the play. And now they have Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Gordon. So I would keep them maybe as a sleeper pick on my roster, but I wouldn't be expecting them to do much. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I think N'Keal Harry. I talked. There are a few players that, and I mentioned this earlier, and again, Doobie can vouch for this. Big Timer can vouch for this. A lot of the sleeperu.com peeps can vouch for this, but I'm oftentimes a little early on some of my bold predictions. Not all the time. I mean, last year I had a massively successful year. I had Pat Mahomes as my number one bold prediction for the whole year, that he was going to win leagues, and I made that before he's even announced the starter. I actually did that the tail end of 2018 on my CBS Sports radio hour that I do every single Wednesday night during the season. I've done that for 16 straight years on CBS Sports Radio, the longest fantasy football radio show in the world. It's been going 23 years on CBS Sports Radio. It was on NBC Sports Radio, and then it went over to CBS. But 23 years, I joined 16 years in, and I'm on every Wednesday. So I broke that bold prediction in 2017 as the season was ending. Deshaun Watson was on there the year prior, and he's breaking out. What was I talking about? Why did I even bring that up? What were we saying?
And N'Keal Harry.
Oh, N'Keal Harry.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm a little bit early on him because he got hurt, but I put on my bold predictions that he will be a top 5 fantasy football wide receiver in time.
I think you're right. In due time, once he gets it down, that kid is special. I seen him play when he was at Arizona State. I'm sure you saw him because you live in out there, so you know all about him.
Yeah, and I'm not a homer when it comes to sports and stuff like that. Like you will have heard me talk zero about any ASU people. I don't rank anybody just because they're from my home.
ASU,
this is the first ASU person that I've ever ranked high.
I saw him play though.
I see Calvin Johnson meets Terrell Owens in this kid.
I can see it. He's got good. See, this is the thing with him. He runs great routes. He's got some good speed. He can, shake defenders off. He's got good power. He's a good red zone target. He's got a little bit of everything in him, and he's got the confidence. I think he can be a good receiver.
Yeah.
I got a lot of faith in this kid.
There are some players that have a spatial intelligence that no other players have. Like, it's not something you can learn. Like, Calvin Johnson had it. But N'Keal Harry, when he gets in space, he dominates, uses his body, his spatial intelligence of knowing when to use his body to maneuver and get the ball, trapped against the sideline, whatever. Freaking unbelievable. When I looked at film on him in video, I literally just like my jaw dropped. I'm like, this kid is going to be a top 5 fantasy football wide receiver. And I don't care how slow he started. Wide receivers can take a year or two to get going. They don't always blow up their rookie year like Odell did. It can take, sometimes it takes 3, but more nowadays it takes 2.
They say that 2 to 3 years. The third year is usually the most critical. It takes time for a receiver to develop because they have to learn the offense. They have to digest that playbook. They have to be able to, you got to get stronger to fend defenders off, especially if you're going to be catching over traffic. Learning chemistry with the quarterback. So it definitely takes time. Harry has the tools. When I saw his film, Julio Jones screamed at me. To me, he's Julio Jones 2.0. That's what I see.
Julio meets Terrell Owens meets Calvin Johnson. Like it's a combination of all of those. It's
crazy. He's got speed, the power, the route running, the ability to separate, like you said, the ability to kind of get, to just have that insane intelligence. He's a good receiver, but hopefully he can put it all together because a lot of times there are those receivers that have that skill and it just doesn't go right. They got to be in the right, team to utilize them right. And Patriots, man, I mean, there's no other better team to be at.
What I don't understand, Dr. Raj, maybe you can explain this to me. Why do we have 432 people in the room and only 72 thumbs up?
That is definitely not scientific. I can't explain that. That's ridiculous. That's horrible. Get those thumbs up.
Yeah, come on, guys. Dr. Raj says so.
Come on.
But yeah, we got a good crowd in here tonight. It usually takes a little while for it to get going because I don't know what it is about my night crowd. But it's like if I do a show at 7 p.m., it's like my night crowd goes nuts. But then I get so many people saying, Smitty, why don't you stream earlier? Can you stream earlier? But then it's like, look, I do it late and it's double.
You know what? There's an early game tomorrow, London, the Jaguars game. So they're up. They need to get that fantasy scoop.
With daylight savings, did that game already start?
It might have. I better check my TV real quick.
Computer Bob. Okay,
so time in the East Coast time is always East Coast time.
East Coast time is London game. London game's playing. Computer Bob, I never understand the low thumb up count, Smitty. We do actually. We get over 100 by the time we leave a show. 100 thumbs up on a video before it's even published is still good. But it makes me a little bit. Scratching my head a little bit when we don't get over 100 thumbs up during the show while we have 430 sitting in the room. Help the channel out. It tells YouTube, hey, maybe this show, people looking for content right now need to know about it. It helps. My goal, Dr. Raj, is to make this show like a 10 to 2 every day. Or apparently I need to do it from, Eastern. It's what time is it Eastern now? Now that we hit daylight savings. It is 1 a.m.
1 a.m. over there?
Right about 1 a.m. apparently I need to do a 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. show. But my whole thing is I want to somebody block my messages, big timer. Sometimes it's automated. It's not that one of the moderators did it. So I've noticed that there's some keywords or something that pops up. Or if you repeatedly post something, which I know you probably didn't do, big timer, but just let you know, it's probably not a mod. It's just something that the algorithm grabbed. But anyways, yeah, my goal is to make this a daily show, kind of like a Mike and Mike. I'd love to have people on too, like regular guests. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
There's a certain
like
day you came on, but I have a panel, regular guests, but do literally a Monday through Friday show with a Sunday live show or everything would be live, but a Sunday morning show as well. So it'd literally be 6 days a week with this huge 4-hour block each day. That's my goal. I started out with 0 subscribers on YouTube in February-ish and did a 24-hour straight live stream to try and generate.
Told me about that.
Yeah. So now we're at 3,700, subscribers just in,
pretty good. It's pretty good.
half a year or whatever. It's been a good run. But my goal is to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. I really need people to spread the word. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Don't be that guy.
Get my man Smitty to 10K. Let's get him. I'm going to give you that. I'll post it again on my story. Hopefully people are I get a lot of people that they message me and they're saying they like your insight and stuff. So definitely got to keep spreading that word out.
Yeah, if you can help me get to it, because if I can get to 10,000 or even close to it right at the end of the year, the way that I've analyzed my show compared to other shows, and the growth that I've had compared to their growth, we would be at, I pretty much guarantee, 30,000 subscribers by August. If we were at 10 by the end of this year, so December 31st, we're at 10,000. I feel really damn confident we'd be over 30,000 by August.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So the tripling of where we're at by end of year is important. Like I'm gonna need to get that number as high as possible because it will triple. So I'm excited, and it's ground floor stuff. Everybody in here, they're like the best community. Like we have literally no haters. Like I know
good.
they'll come. They'll come.
But don't
but
worry.
I mean, it's such a
the
great
bigger you
group.
get, the more haters. Trust me.
Yeah. Dr. Raj has 70. How many thousand followers on Instagram now?
74K now, and man, it, like I said, you see the real. You see the negative side of fans, and you see the positive side of fans, and then you see the fans from other teams, and it gets pretty crazy, man. Haters are everywhere. Haters gonna hate though.
Yeah. I definitely get my share of them throughout my career, but in terms of this YouTube community, man, they're so awesome, positive, and they hold me accountable. But more importantly, I hold myself accountable, and I think that helps with the negativity because I don't just come out here.
You have to kind of try to keep receipts, because I keep receipts on everything. That's one of my big things. But it really depends on the community, like YouTube versus Twitter versus Instagram and Facebook, if people even use that anymore. But every community is a little different, and some communities are a little nicer. And I do notice that the YouTube community is probably the nicest compared to all these other ones.
Yeah,
Instagram's crazy.
Twitter's harsh. Reddit's the worst. Reddit. You want to go on Reddit?
Bad.
Yeah, Reddit's gonna make you depressed.
Yeah,
by the
Reddit,
way,
you go.
Jag on here blew me a kiss. But then he put wrong emoji. He meant to put the thumbs up. Sure, Jag.
Okay. He's kind of, you know what he did? He hit you with that look like Aaron Andrews, like Jimmy G and Aaron Andrews.
He's trying. What about that, man? What was Jimmy G thinking there?
Did you see that? I mean, he was shooting his shot. He was definitely feeling himself that night. He had the best game of his career, and he just said, I mean,
what did he say to her again? She said how.
She goes, so how does it, she's talking, she goes, how does it feel? He goes, feels good, baby. And the way he looked at it, he smiled. And she was, like, the whole time, she was just, like, mesmerized. She was looking at him like, oh, man. Like, she was smitten with him. You could tell. And the best part of it is, feels good, baby. And she's smiling. She goes, okay, happy. She goes, she's blushing. She goes, happy Halloween. And then he looked back at her, and he pointed. He pointed, and he looked back at her when she turned around. And she looked back at him and gave him the wink. That was the best. That was one of the best moments I've seen in a long time. And she kept it pretty professional. He kept it professional. I mean, maybe not, but he shot his shot. He was feeling himself.
Yeah.
And she did keep it professional, because what did she say? She laughed and she was like, happy Halloween.
Yeah. She was like, I'm going to get at her. Maybe she was like, didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, God, my husband's going to kill me.
I better get off the show right now. Jimmy G, man, he's the best. I like Jimmy G. I hope he develops into a better fantasy QB as the years go on.
I think he will, because It's funny because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he doesn't need to throw the ball." He showed you when he can't. When he needs to, he can do it. But Kyle Shanahan's offense is very complex. It's very intricate, and it takes time to digest it. Jimmy had the injury last season, so he was a little bit behind. I wish I had the post with me right now, but you know what? I'm gonna post this. I need to find this because this is gonna eat at me.
Okay.
It's between Matt Ryan and Jimmy Garoppolo, first year, their first 16 starts in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Because the first year Matt Ryan ran in Kyle Shanahan's offense, it was pretty much very similar to Garoppolo. And then what did Matt Ryan do his second year in Shanahan's offense? He won the MVP of the NFL. So I honestly think that Jimmy is getting to the point where he's going to blow up. And not just because I'm a Niner fan and I'm a homer, but if you just look at the trajectory and the way he's developed every week, he's got it. And the thing that makes Jimmy special is his ability to extend plays on third down. And he's got good mobility. I mean, some of those plays were just absolutely insane. The way he extended the play on third down, he's money. So let me find this.
You looked at that. Guys, real quickly, we're going to do a speed round answering fantasy questions. So if your question is longer than 2 lines, so make it one quick sentence, I'm going to pass it because I want to do like a speed round. So I'm going to ask Dr. Raj, and I'll either answer it or he'll answer it, and then I might throw an answer in. But make sure it's quick. Let me see if Saklan, I'm trying to load your email, but for whatever reason, it's not loading. I don't know if your picture of your snacks was too big or what. You got too many snacks, my man.
Too many snacks. Got to load down on the snacks.
It just says loading, and it's just sitting there. I don't know if you sent me a GIF that just has a loading animation, and you're just screwing with me, Saklan. But Saklan is one of our top guys here on subscriber-wise, and he reportedly sent me a video of what he's eating tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay, I got the so here it is. So, okay. Real quick, before we get into the questions, the rapid fire. So this is Matt Ryan's first 16 games in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Matt Ryan.
Okay.
And then the year after this, he went on to win MVP. So 614 attempts. He threw for 69.8% completion.
Okay.
He had 7.5 yards per attempt, 4,591 yards, 21 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo's first 16 games under Kyle Shanahan, he had 456 attempts, so a little bit less, about 200 less, 150 less. His completion percentage, 68.9, so it's basically the same completion percentage. His yards per attempt actually is higher, 8.3 compared to 7.5. Yardage, 3,767 compared to the 4,591. So a little less on the yardage, but here's the identical stat. 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. So he's really right around the same mark that Matt Ryan had in his first 16 games. Again, it takes a long time to digest his playbook. I think he's primed for a breakout soon.
I think he's good. Okay, super chats. Thank you for the super chat, Michael. If you have a question, throw it out there. I just got the message blank from you, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll do speed round. Smitty works hard, deserves way more subs. Thank you, big timer. I appreciate that.
He does.
Smitty is my fantasy go-to. Oh, thank you. Do you use top waiver for Emmanuel Sanders?
Yes.
You're asking the right guy, right?
Get Emmanuel Sanders.
Honestly,
Sanders.
One sentence. Is he, tell me what you think. Is he a wide receiver 2 or 3, like moving forward in your mind, fantasy-wise?
Wide receiver 1. My nickname for him is Super Sanders. That says it all.
Okay. So, yes, go grab Sanders. But I guess it depends on, like, if Samuels is there and you need a running back. I mean, I would go Samuels.
That's true. It does depend on your roster, but I think even if you need a running back, you grab him on your roster and you can use him as your flex. He's going to get you points because now, this is the thing. In 2 weeks, he's already scored 2 touchdowns, and he's getting such great chemistry with Garoppolo. He's come in. He's already the wide receiver 1 on that team. He's taken over the locker room. He's a veteran. The young guys look up to him. And Jimmy has excellent chemistry. I mean, if you saw that game, it was crazy. But go get him.
502 people in the room. So we're above 500.
Let's get it. Get Sanders on your roster.
Hit the thumbs up. We're above 500 people. Come on. Okay.
Thumbs up. Get Sanders.
Yeah, get Sanders. Thumbs up. Drop Kirk for Josh Gordon. Christian
No.
Kirk, Josh Gordon.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I don't
said,
know. I don't know where to value Josh Gordon right now. Drop Josh Gordon for N'Keal Harry. If it's dynasty, yes.
Yes.
If it's redraft, I don't know that either are going to help you. Maybe Gordon has a. I like Josh Gordon for 1 or 2 weeks once he gets going. I think he shows flashes of brilliance. We just don't know if it'll be one game. Will it be week 15 and 16? Will it be week 16 only? I think we'll see Harry do something very significant, but it might just be 1 or 2 game tryout for next year. Pascal, however you want to pronounce his name, for Demaryius Thomas. Yes. I think Thomas is not. I mean, watch him go off for like 100 and a touch this week, but Pascal to me is like that sneaky good wide receiver 3 that you're gonna be like, dude, in DFS I blew up because I picked up this guy, and Samuels is another great DFS play. Mahomes will suck coming back. Greg says. Greg,
come on.
Greg,
you know what? Mahomes is gonna when he comes back. Don't quote me, but quote me. He's gonna throw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Mr. E says Cousins or Darnold. So you have Darnold this week.
Cousins.
Okay, Cousins.
Darnold is playing the Miami Dolphins, but I don't know. I'm not big on Darnold. That's me, though.
Yeah, Darnold is kind of. I think they're going to run the ball a lot and give Bell a ton of work.
Lev Bell, yeah.
So Lev Bell, this will be the game that Lev Bell. I think Lev Bell's fantasy season will be determined by this game. If he can't do what he needs to do against Miami,
if you can't run on Miami,
he's
leave the league.
And even if they don't use him enough, if it's the team's fault, then the team's not ready to use him all year.
Not. Yeah, he's going to be so mad.
Yeah, Frank Gore,
my man,
M. Sanders, Manuel Sanders. Is he trying to say? I'm not sure. Manuel Sanders, Frank Gore, Madison for flex. You got to go Sanders. Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders.
Yeah, it can't be because Sanders already play.
Yeah. I just didn't know if he's putting him like rest of season or what. So this is for this week. Gore, Miles Sanders, or Madison. I think for me, I'm going to go Miles Sanders because he was getting used. Gore's could be safe, I guess, but I don't know.
My pick would be Frank Gore.
Because you like him. He's old.
I love my man, but he's just he's a safe pick. He's a legend, man. Frank Gore.
Yeah,
you love him.
You love that Niner.
That's my boy.
That's that Niner tie coming out.
That's the Niner tie coming out. But he's a safe pick. But if I had to take the higher upside, definitely Miles.
Okay, Juju or Jalen Samuels this week. That's a tough one. 0.5 PPR, half PPR.
That is a tough one.
Samuels feels safer because I think the workload's all his, right? I mean, whereas Juju could do well, but will he get the ball? I don't know.
Enough. They don't have the quarterback to throw it to him.
I lean Samuels, but maybe get both in your lineup somehow. Make a trade.
If you get both in the lineup, be great. But if I had to pick between them, I go Samuels.
Okay. Pick up Trey Edmonds?
Yeah. No, actually, no, because that whole situation's a mess now. It's tough.
Let's see. What was the next question? Gallup. Where was it? Kirk and Hollywood for AJ Green and Montgomery. I assume this is redraft. Kirk and Hollywood. I take Montgomery's side just because he's the best player in the deal. I like Hollywood Brown a lot. You could probably get him cheap, though, in another deal.
Yeah, and the thing with AJ, he's still got that ankle injury. I don't trust him with that ankle injury. You know, he's a great player, but it's really going to limit him. I would be treading lightly on AJ. Scanner
says, I never want to hear Ty Johnson's name again. I don't blame you, man. Ty dropped a freaking nothing burger on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna end this over on Twitch. Thanks for playing, Twitch.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. It's so funny you could be on one platform and have we have 517 in the room, and in Twitch it's like 10.
Yeah, but you're just starting out on it, you know?
Yeah, no, I know, but it's just funny because if someone's trying to ask a question in here, let's say it was to just go straight over to Twitch, it'd be back to one-on-one intimate conversations. It's just funny starting over on one platform. But I want to get a Twitch in there. I want to get a Twitcher in there, as Gramps would say.
I like that. Somebody keeps telling me I need to get on all these platforms. It's hard enough.
It's hard, dude.
It's so hard, and I don't even know how I run this page I have. It's too much sometimes.
Me too, man. I'm doing my fourth live today. I did a live on IG on my Throne channel. I did a live
Crazy.
IG on my Instagram channel. I'm doing a live on Twitch and then a live on YouTube. And then tomorrow morning I'm doing a live on YouTube. I'm constantly going live.
You're always yeah. You're working hard, man.
Yeah, it's a
It's a grind.
it's a grind, bro. But I love it.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
The goal is in mind.
You got to grind to get that goal, man. That's
Pe-
exactly it.
PPR: Watkins, Parker, or Harry. Harry.
Harry, I think. Yeah, PPR. Yeah.
Well, but no, is Harry a go?
Yeah, he's playing. They said Schefter said, but actually no, safe pick.
I think
I
Watkins.
guess the safe pick is Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins is safer, but I want to check out Harry. When I said Harry, I didn't necessarily mean Harry like I'm picking. I'm just like, Harry, is he for sure a go?
Let me read up let's see.
N'Keal Harry, Patriots activate N'Keal Harry for week 9, but how much will they run him?
Yeah, how many is he gonna? Is he gonna go off? It's his first game, basically.
Yeah, I mean with Sanu there, I go Sammy Watkins for now. But get ready,
Yeah.
Harry will have that 1 or 2 weeks where he shows what he can do.
Oh, he's gonna break out soon. He's gonna break up soon.
What's the link to Twitch? Cat fan, I ended the Twitch for tonight, but the Twitch stream. But go ahead and look me up at the Fantasy Football Show. You might have already followed me, but I'm gonna do some more Twitch stuff. I think you need to. A lot of it's about repetition, like doing it enough. Like when I started on YouTube, man, I had like literally like 20. When I first started, it was like 20 viewers on a live, maybe 15.
Yeah, you just got to keep doing it.
And then I was like, this is never going to pick up. And then when I started posting a video, it'd be like 20 to 50 views. And I did a video every day for like 3-4 months. And finally it was like...
that's it. You just have to be consistent. Like with my page. Like I post all day on my page. Like I just post. Because you get your name out. You get yourself out there. People see it.
Yeah.
And eventually they're going to see your content. Okay, this content is good. I'm going to follow it. So it's just a matter of just keep getting yourself out there.
Michelle, Samuels, Damian Williams. I go Samuels. He's the safe play.
Yeah, I agree.
I do like Michelle a little bit, but not enough to. Conley, Pascal. Yeah, I like both. I think Conley's playing well, but Pascal has to have a lot of. Brissett's dad. What do you think? You're close to the situation. Smitty, you gotta crawl before you can walk. Computer Bob says. Computer Bob's he's either tearing me down or pumping me up. He said that in time it'll happen. Now I've been doing this a long time, so I just maybe I like to run right away with stuff. I don't know.
You gotta run, but Computer Bob's coming up with a lot of insights tonight. Like so East Coast time is East Coast time, and you got to crawl before you walk. He's killing it tonight.
Yeah, Smitty, you can't chew gum, and that's the next line. Michael Super Chat says start Alexander Madison, Shady, or Damian Williams, or nuts, guts or nuts. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say that you have no good options there. I think Shady is Shady even like getting. Let's see what they talk.
He's not getting a lot of carries. I mean,
yeah. Let's see what they're even talking about McCoy. That's one of those where like I haven't even noticed what McCoy's been doing that much. 13 touches before fumbling. That's not good. He'll be a running back.
I remember that fumble.
Tough matchup against the Vikings. I'm going to say go Madison for the TD. And hope Madison get 40 yards at a TD is not that out of the question for a very good backup.
That's probably the safest pick, Madison.
Yeah, Madison's so good, man. If he gets in there, he's gonna.
If he gets in there, he's got a chance. But overall, if I had those choices, I'd be really worried.
Yeah, Moncrief got $4 million for his 4 receptions this year, and then got cut from the Steelers.
Man, I wish that was me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Smitty, you need a Computer Bob in your life. I do. Computer Bob's like that wise but hard on you uncle.
You need him. You need a computer. I like Computer
Bob. Twitch will work. I haven't seen any other fantasy people. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get Twitch, Jarrett. We're gonna nail Twitch. We're gonna stick with it. I'm gonna do a lot of like Twitch only content too, and I'm just gonna stream from the side corner here. But I just want to get some streams in there.
Nice.
YouTube is your sweet spot. That's correct, yeah, Jared. But still. Computer Bob. Okay. Computer Bob, I've been playing fantasy since 1992 as well. 92 or 93.
Pen and paper.
Before the internet, yeah, definitely box score in the paper. And
I
like
remember
nobody
that.
knew who won until you got to school.
Yeah,
And
I
you
remember
got
that.
into the library or the
I used to do
cafeteria
that,
when
too. I
you're
used to
getting
go
the free
to-
donuts.
Go to school and I'd have my little newspaper. Look at the score. I remember those
Yeah,
days.
1992. I believe me, man. It was like Reed, Aikman, like all those guys were.
I remember those days. Yeah, Troy Aikman. I mean, oh man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like
crazy.
who the best running backs were back then.
Yeah, Thurman Thomas. I remember.
Yeah, Thurman
He was,
Thomas.
He was killer.
Yeah. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you, Jared. What are the fantasy questions? Hit us with a speed round, and then I think when do you got to go right now?
I'm good. I don't got nothing else to do.
We got 591 in the room. I don't know that we've ever
go.
crossed 600 on a live.
Let's get 600.
Let's get to 600. Let's see here. No D-Jax info, question mark. We talked about D-Jax.
We talked about him early, but to recoup it, abdominal injury, he's coming out. Expect his speed to be limited, and he'll probably be a decoy. Zach Ertz is going to be the man. If you guys Ertz, you're going to be happy because it's going to take some pressure off of him and open it up. So I don't expect D-Jax to have a huge game, but I expect Ertz to have the big game.
Don't sit Ertz this week. I feel like his struggle has not been a decline in talent. It's just been a crappy,
Oh no, Ertz is good.
Yeah, I think Ertz could have a really big second half of the year. We're at the halfway point, or a little over the halfway point. I think that if you could trade for Ertz now, you'd be getting yourself a top 3 tight end. The tight end pool is so small, man. It's like Waller, which is crazy to think about. That Waller and Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper would be the top tight ends.
Tight ends, that's a weird position, because we got there's so much the tight ends can do that people don't really see, that goes beyond the box score, the blocking and all that stuff. Like Kittle, the man does so much more than just catch the ball. But, as a tight end in fantasy, all they care about is if you're going to get those red zone touchdowns. And
yeah.
It's tough.
But Ertz, I think we're both on board. We're like, you and me are like the Spider-Man. When Spider-Man's pointing at Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's like, told you Kittle was going to do good. You're like, I told you.
It's like that Sixth Sense. It's really, that's definitely the meme. It's like we both point at each other.
We both get on and we're just like, Kittle.
Yeah.
We should, for Halloween, that would be a good Halloween costume. We
that
both
would
go
be
and
good.
just point at each other at the door.
I definitely think that Ertz is going to be a beautiful buy low right now. If you can get Ertz on your team, pick him up.
Ertz. Okay, next fantasy question. Big Timer says he misses the 90s. I do too. I wish I would have enjoyed my youth more. If you are a youngster out there, I'm telling you right now, don't take what an old person says to you with a grain of salt when they say enjoy your youth. Yeah, whatever, old man. Like literally, you cut off your left leg when you got older to get 10 years back.
Oh man, I wish I wasn't. Because I have my daughter. She's 11, and I tell her that all the time. I said, enjoy your life, have fun, go do what you need to do. Enjoy being a kid. Don't worry about anything because when you're older, you're gonna wish you were a kid again. I wish every day. I do
too. Yeah. Lemon.pepper says bang bang Niner gang.
Bang bang Niner gang.
There you go.
There we go.
No love for Hawkinson. No, I like Hawk. He's just
I love Hawk.
He's gonna be hit and miss as he's a rookie, and he's gonna have he had a big week 1, man. We thought, this is a top 5 tight end all year long, and then he vanished.
He's gonna be a beast though because he's from Iowa. This is the thing. To me, I compare him to Kittle. He blocks. He's a good receiver. He's a good physical receiver. He can get open and get those yak yards. He can be a great tight end. But Kittle's first year, he had about 500 and I think 560 yards. 2-3 touchdowns. He didn't have a huge season. He had some games where he flashed.
Yeah.
But then as he got stronger and he learned the system more, he broke out last year, and now he's probably best tight end in the league. He is the best tight end in the league. But Hawkinson's going to get there. He's not going to be dominating from, this year as a rookie. But I think next season, if you get him on a dynasty team, Hawkinson's going to be a hell of a player.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Seclan, I'm checking for your email right now. It's barely loading. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what you sent me.
World's largest.
I don't know if you actually sent me your meal through through your email or what, but
I'm kind of curious. I want to know what it is.
Okay, I think I got it downloaded, so I'm just gonna try and pull it into the screen here. I don't know if you can see it, but you probably can't see it. But let's see, Seclan. It's loading. Give me a second. I'll try and get your food on screen, Seclan. Calm down. No, Seclan's good people. I think I gave Seclan I have a take a lap. Let me see if my sounds are working again. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I got Skype going. It might.
Nice.
I press the button and the sound might come in like 5 seconds later when we're talking or something like that. But I have a take a lap button that I hit, and it says take a lap when you make a dumb comment. So I make people take laps. And Seclan is lap free. He doesn't ever have to take a lap on the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Impressive.
Colin has a super chat. Thank you, Colin. Colin dropping the 10 spot. Thank you, sir. My
Nice.
team is Watson, Chubb, Bell, Julio, Godwin, Waller, D. Adams, Lockett, Pats D. Thanks for all the one-on-one sleeper. You help playoff ready, number one in the league this year. They don't
Nice.
know my secret weapon. Well, Porter, you should tell people about the sleeperu.com or at least the show. But I know why you don't, but at least tell like people at the water cooler. Go into a sports bar and yell, the Fantasy Football Show. Do something for me.
Don't tell the people that you're playing, but tell everybody else.
Yeah, you can still walk into a sports bar and be like, dude, are you an a-hole or what? Why are you not watching the fantasyfootballshow.com?
Gotta get them up. Especially Saturday nights when there's cool.
Yeah, right now it's 6:22. We're heading towards 7.
I'm telling you.
It's because Dr. Raj is on. That's why.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, man. Breaking records tonight. That's right, big timer.
Breaking records.
Bang,
Just
bang,
like
not Do you know Lemon.Pepper? Does that sound familiar to you or no? Maybe he has a different YouTube name.
I'm sure he has a different name, maybe on Instagram. But I get a lot of people that come in and message me. Oh, I saw you on the Fantasy Football Show tonight. So that's cool. So if any of my followers on there tonight, what's up? Appreciate you guys. Bang, bang, Niner gang, Niner power. Didn't
know how the left nut comment would go on this channel. I don't know, Computer Bob, what you were talking about before that, but 622 and 104 likes. Man, that sucks, Computer Bob says. Computer Bob's being negative again. He's on a negative win.
This guy's all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 104. Okay, please put the thumbs up into effect here. Okay, Conley or Metcalf?
Conley or Metcalf?
I think DK's safer, maybe.
I think.
You like Conley? I like Conley a lot too.
I like Conley, but if I had to start someone just on the matchups, I probably am going to go Metcalf. But I do like Conley in there. You can't. Here's the thing: you can't go wrong either way. You can't go wrong either way.
Okay, a couple other tough ones here. Super chat from Joey. Thank you, Joey. I traded Aaron Jones and Ty for Kamara. Any worries? So Aaron Jones and Ty. Well, Ty's out, so
yeah, he's hurt.
You kind of in a sense did well there, unless you just did it and he knew that, and that's why you made the trade. But Ty's out, so you're talking about Aaron Jones for Kamara. I take Kamara over Aaron Jones, but
all day
this week, if you're gonna miss the playoffs with a loss, then obviously I think that was a bad move because you needed the points now. But Kamara's gonna be bye free, rested, ready to go. If you can weather through 1 week, dude, you're golden if Kamara can come back. So you're gambling a little bit, but Kamara I think should be able to return.
Yeah,
after
low
that
risk,
bye week.
That's a low risk, high reward. It's definitely a huge gamble, but if it pays off, you're gonna be looking pretty.
Yeah, Terry Scary McLaurin or Sammy Watkins.
I like Scary Terry.
Me too. Even with Haskins,
with Haskins. This kid, he's an electric receiver. He's one of those other guys I scouted coming out, and I mean, he's just electric. He's speed, routes, he's good.
Mark my words on this. Not garbage time. It'd be the reverse of garbage time. In Buffalo's 5-2. Washington's going to be down and out, and they're just going to be throwing the ball. Scary Terry's going to get some late touchdowns. Touchdown or two.
Yeah, he'll get some garbage time bombs.
Yeah. So I like the fact that Scary Terry's looking at a ton of third and fourth quarter targets.
He's gonna get
maybe they won't all connect, but
yeah, I agree.
Parker Gallup. So
Parker or Gallup.
Devontae Parker. I'm not a big fan of Parker.
Me neither.
He always comes and goes. So
but
Gallup.
They are playing the Jets, so the matchup's there.
Yeah.
But I like Gallup.
Gallup or Samuels.
Oh, Samuels.
And AP. He needs you to pick two. Gallup, Samuels, AP. So you have to pick two out of those three.
I go Gallup and Samuels.
Yeah. I think that's probably safe, especially if it's PPR, and it is. So
definitely, yeah, that's the safe picks.
Joey says, "Love your channel, bro. Told all my fantasy buddies about you. Let's help the channel grow." That's
Let's go.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's it. That's all it's all about.
Who is that, Joey? Where's Joey? Is that Joey? Did I say Joey? Shoot, Joey.
That's what it's all about.
Let me see. Joey, okay. I traded. Is that the same guy that did the super chat? Let me see. Because if so, if I could find that comment again, I told all my buddies that guy's going to be lap free on the show.
It's good.
I think it's Joey. Austin,
Love
super
it.
chat. I rarely give out the lap free card. Austin, Mike Williams, or DJ Moore.
I go more. I think he has higher upside.
Yeah.
It's tough though. That's
tough.
I go more if I had to pick between them.
Porter with another super chat. Thank you. By the way, I got offered Kamara, Latavius Murray. I like that you get both. And Odell for Devontae Adams, Bell, and Patriots D. That's such a tough one because the Patriots D ranks in the top like 5 or 6 overall for fantasy scoring.
Patriots defense is ridiculous. It's crazy, man. And Odell, the whole Browns team is just overhyped.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. I think Bell's gonna have a really good week, but Bell is very questionable moving forward. Like you're gonna get good games, you're gonna get bad games. He's gonna be a victim of that flow and offense.
It's a bad team.
Devontae Adams, we don't know what we're looking at right now.
The toe. It's a risk. Like we talked about Devontae earlier.
That's a tough trade.
Moving forward, Devontae Adams to me isn't really someone I want on my team. Patriots defense definitely, but and Le'Veon Bell, he's going to be up and down. He's going to have a few good games. He's going to have some bad games because the Jets are horrible. The other side of the trade, honestly.
Yeah, but then what happens if Lat Murray does? Like, what if you have to start both of them? Kind of like Melvin Gordon and Eckler.
That's true,
like you're thinking, oh, I'm set if I got both. Well, not really.
Not really. That's true. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I do feel like Kamara is a far better bet than Bell, though.
I think and I think because you have Kamara on that other side of the trade, that side probably has the better. They probably win, but not much because the Patriots defense is going to be able to score you almost as many points. But overall, that Kamara side of the trade, I think, is the better move.
What do you guys think in the comments? Help Porter out. Do you like?
Who was it? It was Kamara, Lat Murray, and
Odell.
I'd taken that side over because Lat Murray he's really playing great.
Because what if Odell does deliver, low wide receiver 1 numbers or at least super high wide receiver 2? That's about what you can expect out of Adams.
That's what you're going to expect.
Hampered.
Yeah. And if you look at it, because like we say, Lat Murray, you don't know what's going to happen with the Jets. Same thing with the Browns. You don't know what's going to. But eventually, you got to think that Odell's going to have just couple big games coming out. I
also explore trading the Patriots D on the high, and I mean on the super high. I do not trade them even at fair market value. I trade.
No, you can get a king's ransom.
Yeah,
for that Patriots
if you're not getting somebody's like left nut, like you.
There it is, Computer Bob.
Yeah, Computer Bob. What time is it Eastern time right now? Flex Chark or Marlon Mack. Non-PPR.
Non-PPR?
Yeah.
I'd probably go Marlon Mack.
Yeah, I think I would, but I love both. I find a way to play both. Mack, I feel, is a really Mack's a really sneaky good buy low right now. I think he could, especially with Hilton going down.
That's why I'm thinking, because now without Hilton, Mack is a bigger play. But I've been on Shark all season. Baby Shark,
We're gonna be doing this on Mack next week.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing.
I told you.
If I had to pick between those two, it's Mac all day.
Yeah. We're gonna dress up a Halloween and do that someday, right?
We got to do it. Spider-Man pointing.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, I guess for whatever reason I look a little bit like George Kittle, so we're gonna try.
Not a little. You definitely look like you could be Kittle's doppelganger. If there was a movie, was a movie, they'd cast you as George Kittle.
If I had, here we go. I'll just take some of the cobweb. I know this is white. But we lost Dr. Raj for a minute.
Hold on. No, I'll be back. Hold up.
So
What's this? Oh, yes. There it is.
What's he
That's
got? He's
it.
got a little rad goat,
He's got a
right?
little. You go here, then you got the man. But dude, that's George. This is George Kittle in the flesh. This is it. Kittle over the middle.
Yeah, I need to get like the man bun too.
You got to get the
But
man bun.
but
You
it's
know,
it's a
just,
little bit like, you know.
yeah, that's it. It's Kittle over the middle. Kittle over the
I
middle.
gotta take down the Halloween decorations. I'm going with Thanksgiving next, and then Christmas will be the fun time.
Oh yeah, we got to get those. Took down my Halloween stuff. I did the Christmas. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
but
you definitely look like Kittle.
I'm gonna dress up as Kittle though, and I'm gonna go walk around Cardinal Stadium sometime and
You
really
gotta do
try-
it. You gotta do
I
it.
just need an entourage with me to kind of make a scene, and I'm just gonna
If I was down there in Arizona, I would go with you. Trust me, I would. I'd hype it up. I'd be all over, putting it all over my page. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, we'll do it live. When do you think you will be here for a game? Like, that we don't play the Niners. The Cardinals don't play the Niners again this year, right? So
Well, we play. No, you guys play us one more time, but in Levi's in our home stadium.
yeah,
That'd be
maybe
fun,
we'll do.
man.
We'll figure it out next year. Do you think? Well, what are the odds? You'll come here next year? Yeah. You'll.
I don't know. Maybe you never know. Maybe
Is
we
it?
can plan it out?
Yeah.
Or it
Okay.
doesn't have to be during the football season. We can just dress up as George Kittle.
Yeah, you can still do a live on it, and I'll do a live, and we'll figure it out.
Fun.
Maybe we do something to where you're interviewing George Kittle in front of the stadium on your live or something.
And I'm telling you, people will go crazy. Because, sometimes I pretend I'm on the phone with the players on my live and the coaches. They would eat it up. They would go crazy.
And apparently I look a little bit like, what's the guy, the WWE guy? What's his name? Anybody know who I'm talking about? Somebody keeps saying it in this live, but he's like 7 foot, so I don't think I could pull that out. I'm 6'2". I could pull off the Kittle, but I don't think
easily.
I don't think I could pull off what is his name? I forget. Somebody else say it in here.
No.
All right, fantasy questions real quick, and then we'll let Dr. Raj go, unless you want to stay, but I'm sure it's getting late for you. Deontay Johnson or Pascal this week?
I'm high on Pascal, man.
Me too. Computer Bob said it's 2:30 a.m. and time changes in 30 minutes.
2:30, okay.
Yeah. So I guess it hasn't changed yet.
Not yet. It hasn't changed over here yet. It's still, it's 11:30 here, so 27 minutes till we change it up.
Smitty is the singer from the Lumineers. I don't even know what they look like. The Big Show. The Big Show, is that what his name is? The Big Show?
No, I don't think he looks like the Big Show.
What's his name? Is it the Big Show? No, it's somebody else, I think. I don't know. Big Cass. Dr. Raj, you there?
Yeah.
Big Cass. Is that the Big Show? I don't know
I
if
think
that's
so.
it. Yeah.
I don't think it's the Big Show.
Okay.
I don't know.
Everyone says Big Cass. When I did pull up the Big Cass, I did kind of go like this. Like,
No,
maybe
man.
that's a cousin. All right, Miles Sanders or Alexander Madison. I don't know why I want to say Madison this week. I just have a weird feeling. But Miles Sanders, that's a tougher one than the earlier question because Miles Sanders had the big, long touchdown. Maybe they're excited to use him, but how do we know? How do we know if Philly's
How do we
gonna...
know? How do we know the value? Yeah, I think. Oh man, that's a tough one. He has the high ceiling, like we talked about. He's the high ceiling, the big play kind of guy. But
yeah,
I
Sanders.
feel like
safer.
I think so.
But Madison could be that guy. You're like, damn it, on my bench. Like, I don't know.
I know you don't want to be like, I picked him up. So he could be the guy that just comes out of nowhere this week, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I had him on my team. But that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I just got to, on this one, this is one of those you got to go with your gut. If I had to do it, and it's my team, I think I go Miles Sanders.
Greg's asking, is he a real doctor? No, we're just putting it on the screen.
No, I am. I got a doctorate in physical therapy.
I know. No, we're just calling him doctor for nothing. I'm just kidding, Greg. Greg's a good guy. Greg's a long timer. I'm just laughing though.
Definitely.
Because that is funny when people once in a while ask that. We were on a live. I was on the live with Dr. Raj.
No,
I don't
was
just call him
best.
Dr. Raj for nothing.
That was the best.
Yeah, we were on a live on with Dr. Raj, and somebody goes, we were breaking down injuries, and he said, "You're not a doctor, like telling us to basically shut up." And I'm like,
It was the night Patrick Mahomes, and I diagnosed the injury, which I got right, by the way.
Yeah,
and he just like tried to discredit me, and then we ate him up for that.
yeah.
That,
Like, you're not
that was
doctor.
great.
Stop talking about it, man. He is a doctor.
I should have, I should have done to take it even more. I should have pulled out my license to
Yeah.
flex it on him, but I was nice to him that
Oh,
night.
Jason sent me a super chat. I'm sorry, Jason. Let me look for it. Let me look, Jason. I'm coming. Jason, sorry about that. Here it is. Jason said Samuels, Cook, Godwin, Evans, and Adams, J. Brown. Pick 4. Okay. So
Okay.
Cook, obviously.
Cook,
Godwin, obviously. Evans,
Godwin.
obviously. You're not going to sit one of those guys unless it's a
No.
different Evans. I'm thinking Mike Evans.
Evans, yeah, I'm thinking the same.
So the last one, Samuels is safest. Adams, I don't trust yet.
I
And
go
you have
Samuels over Adams, yeah.
Yeah, you got safer. You got guaranteed touches for Samuels. John Brown, not in this matchup.
No,
Samuels,
it's
clear
close.
cut.
I'm close on John Brown because he has a great matchup this week, but I agree with your 4. I agree there.
No, John Brown is against. I'm sorry. Yes, he does.
He has a good matchup this week. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Hollywood Brown for a second.
Yeah, you were thinking Hollywood because he doesn't have a favorite.
Yeah,
matchup,
John Brown.
but
Yeah, you're right. John Brown's not
John
like.
Brown has a big. That's a good play this week, actually.
But I still lean Samuels because I feel like Samuels is going to have that game.
I think he's going to have a good game.
Only
this week,
guy.
Yeah.
They use him all over. So, but you can't really go wrong with John Brown or Samuels.
Yeah, you can't go if you put John Brown on your roster. I think you play him with confidence. I honestly do.
Yeah. Let's get the 700 viewers in here. But we do need more thumbs up. What the hell? I mean, when it's 250 and 100, I'm okay. I don't complain about it. But like we're at 665 and we have only 107 thumbs up. Like really,
get those thumbs up.
is the show not doing it for you? Like I dressed up with George Kittle with cobwebs, and you really can't
I know,
spare.
honestly.
You
Come
can't
on, that
spare a
was
thumb
big.
up.
Should
Just
I
one?
bring Colin Kaepernick in here? Do I need to get Colin Kaepernick? I mean, what do
Do
we
you-
need to do? I could bring Colin Kaepernick if you'd like me to.
Do it.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go. Let me call him. Hold on. Let me call him up.
Okay.
Let me call up my boy Colin, real quick.
Okay.
Hey Cap, I know it's late. I know. Yeah. Is Nessa there? No, I need you to. Yeah, I need you to come down to the fantasy football show. You got my back? All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. We're gonna get Colin Kaepernick.
Get him.
I'll be back. I'm
Get
gonna go
him.
get him. I'll be back.
We're gonna see what this is about. I'm not even sure what's happening here, but I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Hit the thumbs up button. Says Chuck. Love the show. Thank you. I appreciate it, Chuck. Miles Sanders, Alexander Madison. Again, I answered that one. By the way, I offered Kamara, Lat Murray, and Odell. I answered that one already. Let me get that off screen. I appreciate that, by the way. And then, here, Jason, here's your super chat. I threw it over in the corner here and then ignored it. Sorry about that. But I go Samuels. It sounds like he was leaning John Brown. So kind of a different thumbs up. Get it together, says Jay Boder. Timer says it's a disgrace that we only have freaking 112 thumbs up and freaking 677 breaking records on our views here. But maybe if I do this, if I can spell, wipe your feet. All right, let's put this up here. Rude to ask for advice and not give a thumb. Some people would say it's rude to ask for a thumbs up, but I kind of don't care. Like, I kind of feel like, please? I mean, really? You know? Like, I've been here for, what are we at? 1 hour. We're almost at 2 hours. That I'm trying to just deliver the best fantasy football content I can to you. And all I ask is for an itty-bitty, teeny-weeny thumb punch. Jay supports the thumb up movement. I don't know what he's doing with Colin Kaepernick. I'm really interested in what is he going to dress up as Colin? Maybe he's got the wig. I bet he's got a wig and a jersey. We're going to hit 700. Yeah, we are. We're 680. We're going to do it. Wipe your damn feet, says W. So I believe Colin Kaepernick is going to join us here in a second. I'm not sure how this is going to go. This is all improv. He might have the hair. I'm thinking he's got the fro and the jersey. Oh, I see a little fro. Yeah. Colin.
How's it going, everybody?
Hold on, I got to change.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Kaepernick is here.
That's amazing. Hold on, I got to change your name to from Dr. Raj. Colin.
It's Colin Kaepernick.
Cap. Okay, Cap. Let me put that right there. What's up, Cap? I have a question for you.
How's it going, everybody?
Cap,
Welcome.
Are you ready to play now? If a team called you, are you ready to play now?
I'm ready to play 2 years ago. I'm ready. I was born ready. I'm still working out. I've stayed ready. If they call me right now, I'm ready to go on the field and score touchdowns, run the ball, pass the ball, whatever they want me to do. I'm ready to roll.
Are you kneeling right now or are you standing? I can't tell.
I am kneeling because that's what I do, baby. Let me get this camera.
Name 4 quarterbacks that you're better than right now that are in the NFL. I love the tats, by the way.
You got to love it. Yeah, well, let me show you this kneeling here. Oh, man, hold up. My headphones are kind of blocking. So,
nice.
real quick, I got to...
Cap, I got one question.
So, I got 4 quarterbacks I'm better than.
4.
Nathan Peterman. You got, who else is out there?
That are starting.
Josh Rosen's not starting, but I'm better than him. Dwayne Haskins, I'm better than him. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm better than him. Case Keenum, I'm better than him. Throw out some quarterbacks. I'll tell you who I'm better than.
Mason Rudolph.
I'm better than him.
Minshew.
Better than him.
Really?
Yeah, I'm better than him. He's a one trick. He's got a pretty mustache. They'll figure him out very soon.
Who's got better style?
Me. Come on, look at me. Look at these. Does he have these pretty tattoos? Look at these tattoos, man. I mean, you remember when I was Kaepernicking on all over the world? I'm better than Cam Newton and his backup, Allen.
Okay, better than Allen. Anybody else have any questions for Colin Kaepernick while we've got him
Keep
here?
Keep throwing out quarterbacks. I'll tell you who I'm better. The only quarterback I'm not better than is Jimmy Garoppolo. That's why I'm not starting in San Francisco.
Fitzpatrick? We got a question. Fitzpatrick?
Ryan Fitzpatrick? I'm way better than him.
You got the magic?
I'm way better than Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic. I'm better than Jameis Winston, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. That's great, dude. If you and I walked around, I was Kittle and you were Cap, we'd be balling, dude.
Kill it.
We could go into sports bar after sports bar handing out our cards.
Oh, my God. Be great.
Oh, I love it, man. That's great. Colin Kaepernick, folks.
I'm itching to play. Give me the call. NFL, if you're listening to this, give me the call. I'm ready to play.
Trubisky.
I'm way better than him. Come on. Have you seen him throw the ball? Come on.
How do you get that hair in the helmet, though? That's something I don't understand.
It's hard. It's definitely not easy. The helmet gets tight. And, the last season I had, people kind of knocked on me. But that's why I braided my hair. If you noticed, I put my hair in cornrows a lot so I can fit my hair in the helmet.
Can I ask you a serious PT question? Would that hair help you not have suffer a concussion, do you think?
Actually, that's a good point. I think it does give you an extra layer of protection.
Yeah.
So it can probably soften the blow. But if you're getting hit in the head, you're going to get hit in the head. You're still going to get concussion.
Yeah.
I think the percentage is 0.0001 that it's helping me reduce concussions, but it's not scientifically proven.
Just probable.
Yeah, probably.
You're
the right helmet, unlike AB.
You probably, given you're a 49er connoisseur, would you say that? In all honesty, I'm asking a serious question here. Would you say that Kaepernick would be better than 5 or 6 starting quarterbacks in this league, or are you not a big fan of his actual talent?
No, honestly, I was a fan of Cap. I like Kaepernick. I think he was a good quarterback. And if you actually, the year he had a bad season and he regressed, he had the shoulder injury, he had the labrum issue. He wasn't running as good. The O-line was injured. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he can be better than those quarterbacks that I named. Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Fitzmagic. I think he is better than those guys. He is a good quarterback. He may not be the most accurate quarterback, but I definitely think he can play right in the right system. I think he can definitely make some headways. I think he's a good quarterback.
This question's for Cap.
Yeah.
Would you trade Jordan Howard and Fuller for Mark Ingram?
Oh, Jordan. One more time.
Fuller and Jordan Howard for Mark Ingram. Fuller's not he could come back, but at this point,
But he's got that injury with him. I'd take Ingram.
Yeah, me too. I think.
I'd go Ingram.
Tough
Yeah.
matchup this week, but I think sneaky good rest of season. Maybe look to trade for Ingram before or after this week because he could struggle a little bit.
He's
But
gonna.
thank you, Aaron.
He's got a good matchup coming up after this week. Yeah.
Big Timer said, "Ha, awesome question, Smitty. It could soften the blow." I honestly think that there's probably some something to go, something to test on that. I mean that hair in a helmet feels like it's got to be extra cushion.
That's actually a good point, man. I never really thought about that, but I'm sure it can a little bit. But how much percentage? I don't think
that'd
it's
be hilarious
too high.
if the NFL mandated you put on a fro wig before you put your helmet on to reduce concussions.
That would be nice. That'd be nice.
Jordan, thank you for the super. Jordan, pick one: Curtis Samuel, Chris Conley, or Kenny Stills. Also, do you think Jalen Samuels has a big game? I love Samuels. I've talked about that a bunch, Jordan. So you're probably just joining us. By the way, we just crossed over 700. We've never done
Thanks
that
to
on
Cap. Like, see, Cap. This is why he needs to be in the league. He gets ratings. You see this happen?
Dude, you've got me ratings tonight because
I'm telling you, he needs to be in the league.
704. That's great. Only 115 thumbs up though. What the
free Cap? Come on,
thumb up the show. 704 of you. 706.
I need you guys to give some thumbs up.
Yeah, who can do that? What character do you have in your bag of tricks that can get me thumbs up though? Like, why the hell we have 115? Jordan said pick one: Curtis Samuel, Conley, or Kenny Stills. I'm feeling Kenny Stills this week.
Are you really?
Yeah, because without, I mean, Kiki could be the number 2 there in Houston, but I think with Fuller out, Stills is that guy that kind of doesn't go away. He's kind of like Tyrell Williams for the Raiders, like really good.
You're right.
Not noticed all that much, but Conley's safe though. Conley's probably safest, but I feel like Stills has a lower floor, but also maybe a higher ceiling.
He's a silent assassin this week. I think you're right because the quarterback is great. They got a good offense. I think he could come in, be a sneaky pick, but I think Samuels is the best pick of those 3. We talked extensively about him today. But yeah, I didn't think of that about Kenny Stills. That's a good point. Conley's a safe pick.
Yeah.
But I think overall the best pick on those 3 would be Samuels.
Thanks, Mark, for the super. Was my trade AJ fair? I traded Carson, Odell Beckham Jr., and Ertz. AJ, what was my trade for AJ Fair? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you repost that? I don't know what you mean, AJ.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you traded those 2 guys for AJ Green, you might want to retrade.
Call Vito. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that's. Trying to think of what he means. Post that again, Mark. I need to figure out what you're talking about there.
Yeah, clarify that up.
Man, I can't believe we got Cap on the show.
I'm telling you, I got free time because I'm not in the league. I've been training every day. I'm ready. If they call me right now, like if Goodell calls me right now, I'm ready to roll.
Oh, Aaron Jones. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was blinking out on when you were saying AJ. I'm so used to people saying
Aaron
AJ
Jones,
Green.
Yeah.
So your trade was for Aaron Jones. You traded Carson, Odell, and Ertz. That's a haul, bro, for one player. But I mean,
you got those 3 guys for Aaron.
He traded those 3. Yeah, that's a lot of people to trade away. Mark, if it's redraft, I mean, Aaron Jones I like a little more than Carson for sure, but Ertz and Odell, I don't know.
We've been talking about Ertz all night, and we think he's gonna break out. I'm sorry, man. I don't think you got the better part of that deal.
Yeah, I think you may gave up a little too much. But that said, Mark, I mean, Aaron Jones is like a top 5 running back right now.
I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah. So I think you got the best player in the deal by far, Mark. So we'll hope
you did get the best player, but I think overall.
Now Ertz has done very little. Maybe he's got a really good backup tight end that you could throw in there. But
that's true.
And Odell, there's a chance Odell doesn't really even show up at all this year.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I know Odell personally. Me and Odell. He's my boy. He's Cap's boy.
Can you get Odell on?
Let me call him up. Let me call OBJ is on the way. We used to talk about him on my on RSF Niners. We knew he was on the way, but the Giants tried to steal. They tried to bend over the Niners, and John Lynch wasn't having it. But anyways, that's another story.
Yeah.
Let me call him up.
Oh my God! You really haven't? Are you gonna bring it out too, or are you just joking?
Let's see. Yo, what's up, Odell? No, I'm just gonna call him. He's way out.
Okay.
He's getting ready for the game. He can't come out here. He's getting ready for the game. What's up, man? OBJ. What's up, dog? What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, they saying that you're not going to play good this the rest of the season. I need you to step up. I need you to tell Baker to wake up and feel dangerous. And I need you to have some vintage Odell games, man. They don't believe in you anymore. I know you're probably one of the best receivers in the game still. You and Jarvis got that LSU connection. I need you to come out the rest of this season. You got 8 games left and dominate. All right, my man. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
talk to you this week.
Odell, listen to the man.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
they want to. They might have a question for you. Stay on the phone, Odell. Stay on the phone.
is Baker a touchdown maker? Would be my question.
Oh, Odell's saying he's a turnover maker. Oh, I don't know. He's not feeling Baker right now. He says he wants to play with Tom Brady, but it's not up to him.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
I do
man.
wonder what would happen if Odell did switch teams, and because the whole thing about going to Cleveland was like he's going to land this great quarterback. Baker's on the rise. I even fell victim to that because I was super high on Baker. I admit it.
Uh,
But yeah, like damn,
he
Odell's just
said
a
Odell just said hold on, say that again. He says he's going to go for a one-handed catch tomorrow and make some big plays. To believe in tomorrow. All right, Baker. All right, man. I know you got to get some rest. You got a big game tomorrow. Hey, good luck. Have a great game tomorrow. I have you on my fantasy team. And this week, when you're ready, we'll go toss the ball around this week. We'll keep training together. All right, man. I love you, buddy. Yeah, so he's ready to roll, man. He's gonna have a big
he
game tomorrow.
he's ready. Mark asks, I got Hunter Henry as my tight end. That's why I traded Ertz. Okay, well,
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
it does. Yeah, I mean, I like Aaron Jones, and also depends on the rest of your team, man. So
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
Aaron Jones the best out of those players, though.
Exactly. Like a trade, you can't. I mean, we got to look at the whole roster, but I'm telling you, I like Ertz. I think he's gonna blow up.
Jarrett saying, let people know they can super chat. Yes, if you would like to super chat, please do so. Looks like we might have lost Dr. Raj. He'll dial back if he's good to go. Did I miss any other super chats? I think I'm caught up on them. But if you have any other super chats, let me know. Oh, Jordan's got one. Jordan's got a super. I traded Kelsey and Boyd for Mike Evans. I have Waller and my other tight end. How did I do? So you traded Kelsey and Boyd for Mike Evans. I like that. I mean, that could go either way. You have Waller. Yeah, you did good there. Given that you had the tight end, you needed to make a trade. Good move. That's exactly what I would advise you to do. I don't know if he'll call back if he's. So good trade. The only way Odell scores is if he throws a TD pass. That could be true. Fred Taylor was the man, Hazelnut. I agree. If you're in the room, please subscribe. If you haven't, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't. And thank you for joining the show. Let's see. Minshew or Winston, that's a tough one. Kind of feel like Minshew. Let me get rid of this other screen until Dr. Raj calls back. I kind of feel like Minshew's safer. We talked about this earlier. I've gone back and forth on whether I like Winston or Minshew this week. Winston's got a lower floor. He could have one INT and one TD, or 4 INTs and one TD. Could have like a negative point, half at halftime or something like that. But I think Minshew's safer, but maybe has less 4 TD potential. So you kind of got to pick your poison with those two. Ask if Kaepernick is better than Mahomes. Cap fell off. I don't know if he's going to dial back. But Computer Bob says, my team traded Waller and then Disley. Have Ingram. Wish I would have kept Waller and traded Ingram back then. They're both pretty good, man. I think you're fine either way. Walton or Hyde as a flex play. I kind of feel like, let's look up Hyde real quick and see what he's been doing. I'm kind of blanking out on his last game numbers. I just want to make sure he's being utilized properly. Carlos Hyde last week had 83 yards. 19 times he ran the ball. That's really good. 12 touches the week before. 26 the week before that. Yeah, I'm feeling Hyde is a safer call. Walton might get starter touches, but I don't know that Walton feels as safe as Hyde. I don't know that either has like really good running back 2 upside, but I think that as a flex play, I like it. Hyde's pretty good. Lamar Jackson or LeBron James rest of season. Got to go with LeBron, man. Anyone know what Black Friday really means? No computer, Bob. What does it really mean? Alexander finished his career with 100 rushing TDs. Most people don't realize that. He was a beast for, 5 years? Dropped off after his 5th year, though. Alexander was literally elite for 5 years and completely fell off the face of the earth. That happens to running backs. It's not just 30 years of age. A lot of people would write articles on that and say, especially early on in 2000, would talk about you hit 30 years old, say goodbye. You hit 372 carries or whatever it was in one season, say la vie. And that still is a worry for me. If a running back hits 340 or 350 totes in a season, they're likely looking at their career going downhill. Look at DeMarco Murray. Was used to that tune in Dallas, left Dallas, and never was the same again. In Tennessee, nowhere. He was never the same back again. That happens when you run the ball over 350 times in a season.
Okay, Dr. Raj is back.
What's up, Dr. Raj?
What's up? So, phone died and Kaepernick had to go. He just told me he had to go.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll come back next time.
Yeah, we enjoyed him. We enjoyed Cap. We'll see if we can get another character on next time, too, if you got anything
we'll get
else.
some more people on there. I know a lot of people, so they'll come and join the show.
What was the question I just got asked real quick? And if you got to go, man.
No, I'm good.
Okay. He's having fun with it. He's playing.
Having fun.
Yeah. We're at the 763. We're trying to get to 800.
That's good, man. That's
great. We're still at 122 likes. Like, what the hell?
Gotta get those up. Just like Kaepernick said, you guys need to get those likes up.
Yeah. If we can't get to 200 likes with our 764 eyeballs, like what the? Barry Sanders would be all-time leading rusher if he hadn't retired early. Says Scanners. That's possible.
That's a good take because I was a big Barry Sanders fan growing up. I remember I'm a huge Niner fan, but one of my favorite players growing up was Barry Sanders. And I always said he's probably one of the best running backs. And he did retire early, but he also had a lot of negative yards because the way Detroit was horrible. They had Scott Mitchell at quarterback. They had a terrible O-line. He would run back like 50 yards and then break 100 yards. So if you actually think about it, he probably ran more yards than he really ran in his career. He was incredible.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Jenkins says, dang, this live stream has been so long. It is. It's good. We're at 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Wow, that's a long one.
Yeah. So bail whenever you need to. No problem. N'Keal Harry pick up this week. I think, I think you wait.
So. I think
you wait.
Maybe stash him because he didn't go to training camp. They've missed 8 games. He's going to have to kind of learn the system, the offense. I don't expect him to have a huge game right away, but definitely stash him because he's a guy that can develop and be a really good player.
I really like N'Keal Harry for the future, though, man.
Definitely. Dynasty League, I'm all over.
I can't wait. I can't wait for him to prove that he is a top 5 wide receiver talent-wise. Injury can take anybody out. Injury can wipe anybody out, but
yeah, he is great. He's got talent. He's got potential. He's a future star. Definitely Dynasty League him. I just don't see him right away making a big impact. And plus, they have Mohamed Sanu. So
Cole Beasley or Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Cole Beasley or Beasley's been playing quietly good, man.
I like Beasley.
Yeah.
He's a sneaky pick.
I probably lean Beasley. I'm not feeling like amazing about either one.
I'm not saying he's going to have a huge game, but
yeah.
Between those two, I feel safer with Beasley.
Yeah. Walter Payton, the best ever, the greatest ever, Emmett said himself.
Walter Payton, yeah, he was a legend, man.
It's always fun to Kobe versus Jordan versus LeBron.
I love those. I love those things.
Yeah, I loved it. Or I really like the Rocky, where the first Rocky, not this most recent one or whatever, but the one where Rocky actually fought. So I guess the newest of the Rockies. I think they've had 3 now.
Yeah.
the new ones, but the first one where Rocky came back and fought, I thought it was so cool. They did like a simulation,
Oh yeah.
and they're like,
I
who would
remember
have
that.
won
That
this
was
guy? And then
actually
they
good.
actually fight. Like that was a good. That was a good.
Cool.
Yeah,
That
it would be so cool to see Jordan versus. I personally think Jordan's the best ever in my
I do
opinion.
too. I agree. I
Just
mean,
so clutch.
LeBron. Like, I know people say LeBron and Jordan. LeBron's incredible. He's probably best player in the last 20 years. But Jordan was pretty special, man. If you didn't watch Jordan, if you're not an old head and you didn't watch Jordan, man, that guy he transcended the game. Without Jordan, you don't have LeBron. You
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
guys like you do now.
Jordan was amazing. Grant's got a question here. Pick three. Half PPR, 0.5 PPR. Corey Davis, D.D. Westbrook, who I don't know his health. Do you know the health on D.D.?
Not sure, but I know it hasn't been good lately.
Okay, I'll look it up on my phone right here. Miles Sanders, Sammy Watkins, Dorsett, Hollywood Brown, Deontay Johnson. So I'll go over those again. Pick three. Corey Davis, D.D. Westbrook, Miles Sanders, Sammy Watkins, Dorsett, Hollywood Brown, Deontay Johnson. Those are pretty, not to paint it lightly, not the best options.
I'd say Miles Sanders and Sammy Watkins stand out to me immediately. He said pick three.
Yeah, I'm looking up Westbrook right now.
Yeah, let me see what he's up to.
Westbrook, he was supposed to play last week and then played and then got hurt. So
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
that I'd
right.
trust him going into this game, man.
I'd steer clear from anybody that's had lingering issues,
Yeah.
and it's a guy that's not really, not set to have a huge game.
Yeah, and he got hurt in the middle
Yeah.
of the game it came out. So how can you?
Yeah, you can't put stock on him.
So I'm going to say Watkins, Hollywood Brown, even with the tough matchup, I just feel like he's the best of these options. And then, I don't know, I guess you could go Watkins, Dorsett, and Deontay Johnson.
I was thinking Deontay because
but
I think Hollywood Brown's about to get eaten alive by Stephen Gilmore.
yeah, so maybe
Stephen
Deontay,
Gilmore is about to show him he's going to welcome this rookie to the NFL.
or maybe Miles Sanders, Watkins, and Deontay.
Miles was I like Miles and Deontay and who was the other guy you just said?
So there's Miles Sanders, Deontay, and Watkins,
and Watkins, yeah.
or you
Miles
could go,
Sanders.
not Hollywood. Okay, Dorsett. I guess Dorsett's okay too.
Dorsett's not a bad.
Yeah.
I'd play Dorsett over Hollywood.
Yeah, maybe this week. Not in the future, but this week. Because the Patriots. So,
Yeah.
Big Timer says, what TV shows you recommended? What was the TV show you recommended? So, do you watch TV or Netflix at all?
Yeah.
I'm like a huge movie TV person. Like,
Oh yeah, me too.
so
Netflix,
Banshee. Have you ever seen Banshee?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's called Banshee.
I'll check it out.
And it's one of the coolest shows like that you would never not know that you wouldn't know about. It's about it's not a comedy, although it's like Breaking Bad had humor in it. Even
Yeah,
it's
I
like
love
drama.
that stuff.
It's kind of like that. It's like a Breaking Bad feel to it.
Okay. Oh wow. I
but
gotta
it's
check
where
that out, 'cause Breaking Bad was my show.
but
man.
it's where a dude. Well, the writing, it wasn't like the same plot or anything, but I mean just
No,
the
of
way
course.
the writing felt.
Yeah.
But Banshee had it's about a sheriff, a guy. It's a con man, and the sheriff dies in front of him, and no one knows what the sheriff looks like because it's his first day tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And so he just becomes the sheriff of this like town, but it's not in a funny way. It's like a total con man. It's freaking amazing. It's one of the most amazing shows. But then the other one was Succession on HBO.
Yeah.
That's a really really good one too.
Yeah, that
So-
sounds like I'll have to check them out because I love those. I love all those.
I think you're muffled a little bit. It might be. Sorry.
You hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, no, I gotta check those out because I love those sniper shows, man. I'm a big kind of guy, like big Netflix and movie kind of guy.
Definitely check out Succession on HBO. And HBO has like a free
Succession
7-day trial.
Okay, yeah, I got the trials and stuff. I mean, I have Netflix, so.
Yeah, Netflix. Another good one on, let's see, Netflix would be, what was the one I just went through? I'll think of another, but have you seen Ozark?
Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's
Ozark's
pretty
good.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. Jordan, as one more question here. I might wrap it up here in a second. Oh, we're almost
Yeah,
at 800.
one
Let's
last
get
question.
to 800. 800. We're at 795.
Let's get to 800. We're making 800 tonight. That's
We're
huge.
making 800 tonight. Campbell or Pascal since Ty is hurt. I go Pascal, man.
We've been high on Pascal all night.
We've been doing the Spider-Man point at each other on the Pascal thing.
Pascal. We're gonna do Pascal. I'm telling you.
If we come on tomorrow, and we're like, we blew it.
I know. Next week, I'm pretty confident in all the picks that we made this week.
Yeah, Ozark is solid, Hazelnut. So Doobie, if you haven't seen Ozark, watch Ozark as well.
Good show.
802, boom.
80, we hit 8. Look at this guy.
But 127.
Nice
Thumbs up, please.
Next time you guys walk in, just leave a little thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. All you gotta do is just hit that little thumbs up. Like,
it takes less than 2 seconds.
If all 800 people in here just said, you know what, I'm not gonna put it on the other person, and like when you're driving on the freeway and there's like traffic and it's like no one's moving, and you finally like 5 miles up, and a half hour later you see a mattress sitting in 3 lanes. You know, you don't. It's everybody just goes, that's not my problem. I'm already past it, and drives on. If someone just were to get out and move the mattress, everybody else would.
Everybody would be happy. Yeah, you're right.
And everybody does that same thinking in a YouTube live. They're like, oh, I'll let everybody else hit the thumbs up, but they don't realize like what that would do for their experience for the show if it got bigger. Like if all 800 hit thumbs up right now, YouTube would send it to like probably triple the people looking for live video right now.
And it's not that you're trying to get, likes and stuff. It's you're putting in the work. You want to get your product out so people see it, so people can interact more.
Yeah, it's just funny. And subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the show.
Yeah. And
check Super Chats. Oh, Jarrett says, Jared, I think I've checked them all. I did Campbell, Pascal. I did that one.
I think that's it.
Oh, sorry. There's one I missed. Damn it. Pick 3. I got that Miles Sanders one. If I missed another super chat, I'm sorry, guys. Tell me what it was. Okay, 100. No, I think it's just the one. So, Stomping Grounds says PPR Conley, Watkins, or Fells for a flex. I go Conley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Watkins could do okay. Fells could do okay.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah. But good question. Thank you for the super chat. All right, I think we're going to end it here for tonight.
All right.
I do this speed round. I don't know if my music's going to key up. No, it's the whole thing shot. All right. Let me see if I have any other super chats before I leave. If I see a super chat post as I close out, I will answer it in the comments of this video once it processes. So know that if I miss you. Stomping Grounds is a super chat. I just got that. I know we're on like a 15-second delay. You missed my paid comment. Sorry, Stomping. I forgot. I didn't see it until now. Are you here, Stomping? I hope you're still here. Wipe your feet. Yes, W, please do that. High Maintenance on HBO. Outstanding. I've never heard of that.
I've heard of that one.
Big Timer says 806. Great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Dr. Raj, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, man,
I appreciate you getting Colin Kaepernick on the show.
Shout out to Colin Kaepernick for coming on the live tonight.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, man. Hopefully next Saturday, if you ever can't make it, that's fine, but we're going to kind of tentatively expect Dr. Raj to be on Saturday nights. You don't always have to stay for the...
Don't worry. I'll be here.
You don't always have to stay for the 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It was fun. It didn't even feel like 2 hours.
Yeah, no, it goes quick, dude. The 24-hour live stream wasn't that bad at times.
I don't know about 24 hours.
All right, man. Thanks, Dr. Raj.
All right, man. Have a good night, man.
Okay. YouTube, hang tight. Okay, so that's Dr. Raj. I always appreciate him coming on the show. He's like seriously good people. Follow him right here on IG. Go to RSF 49ers. It's right here in front of your face. He streams that 49er game, so if you want to watch it, no matter who they're playing, Thursday night, he was all over that. Just go to his channel, go to his live, rotate that phone over and watch it. So, all right, guys, yeah, extra hour of sleep, says Computer Bob. Daylight savings, however that affects you wherever you live. Jarrett says, Dr. Raj, you're the man. Dr. Raj will appreciate that. And that's it. Yeah, start Jalen Samuels or Mark Walton. I go Samuels by far. Z-man. He's going to have a big game, I think. Yeah, thanks, Dr. Raj. Good times. We like Dr. Raj here. He's good people. Dr. Raj is a weekly every Saturday. This is great. I agree, Doobie. He's good. I love having good people on the show. You know, I love helping them grow. In all fairness, what we are on YouTube, he is on Instagram. Because when he goes live on Instagram, he's got 400 or 500 people. During his streaming, he has like thousands. So he's big on Instagram. He's probably, I'd say, bigger on Instagram than I am on YouTube, because he has 70,000 followers. Instagram's a little different monster, but he's got a fantastic following. So thank you. See you all in the morning. I go live 1 hour before kickoff. That's the morning games, not the London game. What do I look like, an a-hole? I'm not going to go live for the London game. That would be way too early for Smitty. He doesn't get up that early. But I will see you 1 hour before kickoff on the morning games right here on youtube.com/thefantasyfootballshow. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out, because it does help the channel grow. If I gave you any value at all, help my channel grow by hitting that thumbs up on your way out the door. Take it easy. Talk to you soon. Later, guys. Appreciate every one of you. I'll check your email. Check the email, Seclan. Oh, hold on. Seclan, let me see if I can get your photo on here. I don't know if it's going to freeze the thing. I don't know how big your file is, but it was freaking not downloading. Hold on, Seclan. It's not. I don't know why it's not. It's having issues, Seclan. I'm trying to drag it on the screen right here, and it just won't. Let me see if I can even open it. It says the file is empty. It's having an issue with those files. Whatever you sent, Seclan, it's not working. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Get after it tomorrow. Happy Week 9 Eve, and get some sleep. Get ready for hopefully the Jalen Samuels show tomorrow, and hopefully we have some crazy news. See ya, Hein. See ya, Paul, Kyler. Hopefully we have some crazy news. Yeah, I think they're both corrupt, or all three of them are corrupt. Seclan. Hopefully I have some good news about Pat Mahomes in the morning. I can't talk. I'm trying to get that out for like 2 minutes. Hopefully we see Pat Mahomes play. And let me check the news real quick before I bail and see if there's anything new popping up. James Conner can miss 2 games. We already got to that. Thielen's probably going to play now, or he's expected to play. Those are the top pieces of news, and Mahomes has a chance to play. Warner notes that Mahomes will be a game-time decision, something that was assumed when the Chiefs listed Mahomes as questionable. The fact that Mahomes is even trying to play this week is a good sign for the Chiefs overall, but Matt Moore is still more likely to start after receiving first-team reps at practice this week while Mahomes practiced limited. We should know more starting 90 minutes before kickoff at the latest. So I expect to wake up to Pat Mahomes is inactive or active tomorrow morning, and I will certainly let you know on my live 1 hour before kickoff. All right, this time I'm really out. Later, guys.